Taking a looking back into the Troublemakers past, y'all found yourself in Port Malik, deciding it was best to, go to sleep as a, yep, take a short rest to regain some health points before you continued out, because Peaches was scared. And yeah, did your thing, took it easy. Orion, you talked to Gorp a little bit, had some conversations. Gorp, you realized that one of the members in the new party that you're
Reset, bring it back in.
Too afraid to do that. Anyway, Gorp, you realize that one of the members in the new party that you were traveling with, part of the Masno Guild, feeling mostly uncomfortable by the situation. Not too sure how to progress forward. Take it how you want. But you regrouped, got the boat, thought it'd be better to get another boat. Peaches, you saw the water moving and snaking towards you. Turns out it was a snake, and fought some sort of undead construct of a creature. Multiple arms, fancy trident that Orion picked up. And Carl's the narcoleptic little sleepy boy on the boat. And after some time, right now it's in the middle of the night, like 10 or 11. High fog layer still resides above y'all's heads, as well as this new found energy that is billowing ever closer to the destination in which Orion is leading you to. You guys make landfall and dock the boats, plant your feet on solid ground after the uncomfortable journey of trying to understand how to fight in water. A new experience for all of you. And yeah, at this point, you could see the different ruined structures, all in stone make. The roofs themselves look like they were made in wood, made of wood at one point, but they have been collapsed and rotted through, just weathered away from the time here. There's a main structure to the left side, seems like some sort of fort structure, and to the right, there's a smaller. Around Peaches, you'd be the most familiar with this kind of make. It looks to be more like a chapel or something of that nature. That too abandoned and crumbling through. There's different pathways, and they're all withered and worn, overgrown, unkept. Seems unexplored, unused, as this energy continues to billow closer and sinking downward. Seems like within a couple minutes' time, it might reach the area in which you guys stand. But with that, the Simon's waiting on you. What would you like to do?
As we're pushing up, right? The group's all together, and we left off last time. At least for Ryan's sake, he was pushing the one boat along, like kicking, like the good old days back in Port Ace. Yeah. Is that land up ahead?
Are we in? I'm in a different boat than you. How did? Well, because I went to the other boat, so I'm not with Orion now, right?
You're Carl. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're like right at the land.
Yeah. Your boats are
can't
touching
see
the
it.
land right now. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, what did we hit?
Can I hear him?
Yeah. I mean, you guys are within 10, 15 feet from each other. It's it's a calmer night than it was a couple nights ago, we'll say.
Land ho!
And as soon as she says that, you hit into the side of the beachscape.
Whoa.
What did you say about a hoe?
We've hit land.
So where's the hoe?
Oh my goodness.
Fred, I think you're referring to yourself.
Well, I know about myself.
Fred, you sound sick. Is everything alright?
No. I mean, yes.
Oh.
I think I had a few too many when I was sleeping.
Alright. Carl, wake up! And I'm gonna reach into my boat above me and like try and smack.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm awake.
Ooh.
Thanks for waking me up.
You're very welcome. Okay, then I'm leaving the boat. I'm actually gonna grab the trident in there, and then I'm gonna continue.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Make your way up the. Those of you who follow, make your way up to the actual landmass itself. You have to. It's somewhat of a an ascent, but as you make your way to the top, those of you with dark vision, as you look around, you could see this monastery or chapel. It's like it doesn't seem, as of right now, just by first glance, seems like it was just from years of abandonment. Nothing seems to have happened here. That would have caused this to happen. Different walls are crumbling through. You can see within the chapel itself, there's like wooden different wooden seats, as well as some sort of altar near the front of it. Other statues and things like that inside from here. And to your left side, there is a fort-like structure. Dark on the inside. With dark vision, you'd have to get even closer to see it. And looking to the right, you can see this energy just continuing to blow closer. And you swear for a second, you can almost see something moving from it. Some sort of creatures or a creature. It's hard to tell, but nonetheless, it's most likely within 2 minutes from making landfall.
Okay. Well, as Orion like takes off like one of his shoes and just dumps out the water on the sand. Well, I hope this is the right place. And does anybody need anything before we continue?
I need a nap.
Understandable.
Yes, a nap would be very, very nice right about now.
Gorp, your voice has changed.
Has it?
A little bit. Maybe the sea salt from the water.
Salty.
Or is it a lake? It's lake water, right? So it's not even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fresh. It's fresh water. Like,
Yeah, yeah. The fresh non-salt. So,
I think I was hitting my head 1 or 2 times during that last fight.
or as a child.
Alright, you'd be the first to notice this,
Yes.
as you, without dark vision, are left in a space of pitch darkness. You see a light growing brighter or closer. It's hard to tell. Some sort of oil lantern or torchlight coming from within the fort itself, and you can start to hear with your passive some footsteps approaching.
Oh.
Still a ways out, but on the stone
Yeah.
flooring, it kind of echoes throughout
Okay.
the structure itself.
Oh, guys. Steadfast. I think we have people. And like, I guess his mind now is like that everyone is not okay. Like, everyone's hurt in some way. Do we hide? Should we flip the boats over? Does anyone else see that? I'm gonna point to where I see the light coming from.
Yeah, I'll
Do
do.
I see the light?
I'm gonna be
I
facing
s-
in the opposite direction of where he's pointing.
Cool. And
I
as you're
don't
facing
see
the opposite
anything.
direction, you see this energy billowing closer, and you see some sort of like lizard-like dragon construct of a creature just billow out from the darkness and dive back into it.
Oh my god.
I don't think we should go this way.
Um.
I see the light.
and
Are
then-
you dying?
And then like, cause he's like frantic. Hello? Towards the.
You call out.
Yeah.
Hi.
No,
Okay,
not for you,
as you-
friend.
As you call out, you can hear the footsteps increase into like a hurried pace, and the light grows brighter. And
Taking a defensive
walking
stance.
from, okay, walking out from within the structure itself, you see Timon. You see this lizard folk creature, dressed in a like leather garb. On the front, you can see he has some sort of like an apron on, and stained in multiple different arrays of looks like potions. Some are still glowing. Looks like more of a recent endeavor. And he's holding a oil lantern, and he's walking out. You can see a smile on his face, and he's like just about to raise his hand to greet you, and then his eyes look past you, looking at the darkness, and he calls out, "D!" And he starts to turn and sprint back down the stairs as the light grows
Oh no.
darker and darker.
I'm just
Oh.
gonna be like, Gorp's gonna have like his hand on his hips like a typical dad when it's about ready to rain outside. He'd be
Yeah.
like looking up in the bag. He's like, yeah, it doesn't look
Can-
too good, guys.
It's not the heat they get.
Can I make like a magic check or something to see if like it's like a construct of Timon and not really him?
I'll say you can make a perception check.
Okay.
DC's a little bit higher because you saw him for like 2 seconds, then he turned back and looked. But yeah, you could definitely. It's possible.
Three. No. 5.
Okay. It looks like Timon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
As he runs back downstairs, you hear the footfall, more of a sprint, just like echo throughout the abandoned structure itself, and this energy continues to billow forward. And Gorp, if you're looking in the same direction, you could see in more detail this construct dives over, and another one dives over in front of it. So like two different, not two massive dragons diving through, all in shadow make. And you could also see other like claws and snouts starting to appear from within the darkness as well. And it at this point is 50 feet from making landfall to the islands.
Guys,
Go up.
I think we should go follow that running guy.
Why?
Not sponsored.
And I'm just gonna be like,
Epic
uh,
fight!
I'm gonna turn around and see where he's
uh,
pointing.
Oh yeah, you see it.
Oh,
It's very clear. All right,
uh,
you just see this mass of darkness going towards you. You don't see anything in it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's go.
pull in the boats! Pull in the boats! Run over. I'm gonna try
I'll
like,
go over
You're
to
over the
the.
boats?
boat in.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I'll go to the other boat and I'll try to find somewhere to tie it up to on a dock.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
know
No,
what
I'll-
to do. I'm gonna be like running as I'm gonna go towards the boat, and then change my mind, start running back, and just run back towards the boat.
I like
Full
it.
panic.
Full on pulling the
Cool.
boat onto the island. I'm not looking like that. I'm not looking
Okay.
at the dog. I'm just like pulling.
Yeah, PG, you don't see any docks. You see remnants of like old timber in the water. It looks like there was a dock here, but it's since withered and became part of the ocean or part of the sea, part
Okay.
of the lake. I'm getting confused now too. It's a lake, freshwater lake. It has waves, big lake. Anyway,
Yeah,
Cool.
I will pull it up on shore as well if I can.
sounds good. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna start telling them that it's a waste of time to pull the boats onto the shore. Guys, I don't think that there's a big concern right now.
Yeah, well, if we ever want to get out of this place,
Yep.
it'll be a concern later.
But the way it looks, I don't know if we will.
Well, then help us so we can do it faster instead of pacing back and forth like a crazy person.
Quit yelling at me. And then I will go give him
I kick him.
a hand.
Oh.
Bro, what are you doing?
have
And
the
Carl,
craziest
you guys doing
choices.
anything?
Trying to figure out what to do.
No, I'm not.
He's just
watching.
Cool. Sounds good. As you two are standing there with your passive being a little bit higher, Carl, you need to catch it before Fred does, but you see a familiar face of Diaxa walking up from the from within the structure itself. She's holding in one hand two shiny bar-like objects, in the other hand she's holding two scrolls. And as she's running up, you can see the. It's been a while. Older humanoid woman, shorter in stature, 60 plus in age, long curly, half white, half brown hair. It's like it's up in like a messy bun with some sort of maybe wooden stick or wannabe fancy wand in it. Light brown eyes, pale, wrinkly yet for age seems to be pretty healthy.
Yes, sir.
Necklace, and on the necklace itself, before it was tucked in, now it's being shown proud. You can see the Displacer Beast's head is sitting proudly on her chest. As she runs up, y'all need to head back inside. Ryan, could you help me with something? And she runs over, and if as soon as you put the boat on the dock, she runs over and you feel her grab your hands and pull you up towards the center of the island.
Oh, all right, here we go. Yep.
While she's motioning the rest of you guys to enter back into the structure itself. Here, just read this, and she hands you the scroll and then hands you a looks to be some sort of pure. It's heavy. Seems to be some sort of golden bar. Hold this up to yeah, just hold this up and then read from the scroll.
I think you
She
picked
goes
the
over to
wrong
one
person
side
for
of the
this.
island. And you open it up. It is in common.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
it's some sort of ritual written out
Alright.
there. That's complex, so use your imagination. But as she heads over to the opposite side, holding the scroll up, she places you and faces you towards the dark energy that's spilling towards the island while she goes to the other side. And she starts to utter the incantation. Do you as well?
Yes, for wicked turns and things unfold, I turn to you a sacred bowl.
Yes, perfect. As you do so, you could feel the energy from within you. You could feel like an energy coming from the scroll in your right hand or left, wherever you're holding it, into your body, mixing with the arcana, and it's this energy that creates you and gives you your powers and forces it out into this golden bar amplifies it out. And it's almost especially with no dark vision, it's super hard to see. It's almost like just like on a hot day when you look over the road on blacktop and you can see like the little lines going. That's basically what it looks like from the this bar itself. And as you utter this incantation, you notice as you're standing there a light begin to form around the island, encircling the island. The rest of you guys see a circular, like off-white gray energy start to form. And as the more and more you continue to utter the incantation, the gold bar depletes starting from the outsides and disperses into the air around you. While that's going on, a round begins to form, swirling like a, out of character. It's just some sort of force field or a barrier that's beginning to form up. So you could do a visual with that. But as it's continuing to go, this like semi-transparent like gray energy, different like white and yellow and blue swirls flying through it, and the top of it is continuing to grow up. This is all happening while this dark energy is continuing to grow closer. And Orion, even without dark vision, you could see this outline of different creatures start to form. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Boppity boo.
You're muted.
I know, it takes me a while to unmute because my computer's fucking stupid, and every time I press it, it like mutes it back. Like if I click it once, it like goes back and forth. I don't understand why. But if I like tab out, I like try to use my spacebar to mute and unmute myself, but then if I tab out, I can't quick key it anymore. So it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I'm gonna try to like go away from the darkness and go more towards the light, I guess. I don't know. Did I see like Orion take the scroll and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Dee made it very known that what she was doing. She wasn't quiet about it.
Orion, what is that? What do you have?
It's got words.
Orion, keep muttering. She's over there trying to. You hear some sort of with you have ritual spells. You understand how this works. You hear some sort of incantation going. Same for you, Peaches, and you could see this energy starting to form around the island. I mean, you could put a couple pieces. Everybody but Gorp could understand that Orion and Dee are summoning this portal. Gorp, you see a really fancy energy starting to swirl around the island.
Does it?
Yeah.
I guess.
So many colors.
I guess I'm just gonna try to keep like backing up a little bit from the darkness, but I don't really know
Okay.
where to go, so just like keeping distance.
Okay. Demotion you towards the ruins if you'd like to go there. It's completely up to you. If you want to stay up, see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not going over there.
Okay. It is a mimic, so that's a good choice. But as the I'm joking. As the ritual continues, this energy continues to build up, and Orion, you see in front of you, you could feel for a split second your energy it depletes, and just for a split second as this dark matter hits the force field and continues to billow over it. You feel like you have to put in more effort to continue to push through it. Can you roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier?
I was so hoping you didn't have me roll. This is when it goes to shit.
You will also be rolling. So it is a group check technically.
Okay.
Not just going to be based on your roll.
Where are these fancy colors coming from?
I got a 15.
Cool.
It's sacred times and further rhymes. Protect us, O barrier, for we will not whine.
Look at easy enough. You continue to push through, feeling like you have to expend and expel more of your energy. Not as much as your more focused spells are, but enough to almost be on that cusp of it. And as you continue to push through, this barrier closes up near the top,
Aha!
and this dark energy billows over the front, over the top of it, and completely engulfs and surrounds this energy field with darkness. You can't even see up and see this fog layer. It is
Holy shit.
pitch black, like if you painted a room with like a matte black paint, just swirling with different, shadowy creatures and stuff. So, nonetheless, you see Dee standing there, staring up at what you guys have just created. And
Not sponsored.
freaking no, get off my screen, Mr. Gummy Man.
Yeah, delicious.
Those are actually, yes, definitely not sponsored.
Definitely not sponsored here.
So, as you guys stand there doing your thing, Orion, you feel the gold bar completely wither away and enter into the ritual which you had just casted. The scroll itself is nothing but cinders. Yep. You can see the this divine arcane embers of paper just fluttering up into the sky.
Sorry.
And you are left in pitch darkness, with no moonlight coming through. You are uncertain if your ritual casting has worked. While the rest of you guys, you call out. She turns over. She takes like everybody in. She's, let's head downstairs. Motions over.
Ooh, what's downstairs?
Just follow me.
Can I go over to her and then?
She's starting to scurry down into the ruins, but you could head over to her. You're faster than her.
Yeah, and then can I do a check to see if she is a mimic?
Oh, are you looking for something out of the ordinary, or are you trying to use your abilities to see
I'm
if you feel
trying to
anything off?
do like a magic check to see if I can feel if she's like an entity instead of like an actual like creature,
Okay.
human, whatever she is.
Yeah, I gotcha. You can make a religion or arcana check. Your
Ha
choice.
ha ha.
Is there food down there?
Yeah. There can be.
As he
Good,
says that, I
I'm
hand him a
hungry.
waffle.
Oh, so there's food up here.
It's tossed to him.
21 with a 19 roll.
Boop, boop, boop,
Okay.
boop.
This seems like there doesn't seem to be any sort of arcane energy or anything out of the ordinary going on here,
Okay.
except for what's above you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay. I will follow her into the ruins then.
okay.
I would
Cool.
do my best.
Actually, I lied. I will take out my scimitar and then follow her into the ruins.
Okay, sounds good.
Just in case.
Okay. As you pull it out, you can see a faint light glow of a scimitar Orion, and it lights up the area just barely enough to see the bottom half of the ruins itself.
Yeah. My next thing would be asking Fred to give me a like pulling in an airplane like with this like Eldritch blast like.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on, Orion.
Whoop. I'm moving.
I think you don't need to do your ritual anymore.
Yep. I mean the paper's gone.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll hold my hand out to him
Oh. I think I can see it.
so I could guide you.
I don't grab.
I don't know.
I don't grab your hand. I just grab your wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hold my hand up. I hold my hand up too.
And then I'll just guide Orion.
Thank you. Gilbert. Okay,
Cool.
fuck you.
Sounds good. As you enter on in, with you guys helping each other, you hear these footsteps enter into the structure itself and head down a stone staircase. You enter inside, and you can see the floor itself. It's down to the foundation. It looks like there was some sort of design or other elements in that nature within the structure itself. The wooden floor above, you can see all the way through the dark layer of energy above in the sky. The roof itself is caved in and has been mostly withering away. You step inside easy enough to find the staircase, the only one leading downstairs. You feel as though that's the best way to go. Continue to step on through, and as you do so, it grows a...
Not sponsored. I know you're gonna get an ad every time, so I pretty much shouldn't say it.
It grows a comfortable chill to the air, unlike the abnormal, forced upon dark energy, coldness that you've been dealing with lingering throughout. So this is kind of refreshing, similar to how it felt when you're walking down into the Masno Underground. You walk for 5-10 minutes, and the staircase continues to seemingly just spiral and spiral and spiral downwards, and y'all are led to an opening at the bottom. You see a set of heavy, solid wooden doors that are opened up, and you can see D standing there. Let's hurry this up! Motioning in, and inside the chamber itself, you can see some oil lanterns lit, and it is some sort of ruins with different vines and strings and ropes, just kind of like in a very like Chinatown kind of way, just kind of spread out and try to make it feel like it was some sort of a homey, welcoming
Oh man.
place to be.
Sorry. Ooh. As Fred would
Where's
say,
the food?
as Fred would say, I would very much like to go in there.
Know it. Oh shit! Press the button.
Cool. Sounds good. You step on inside, and as you step inside, the doors shut behind you,
Ooh,
and there are
and we die.
3 bars that D slides over and basically locks you in some sort of doomsday bunker, it feels.
Are they just like rods?
As you all- Yes, they are like heavy
Cool.
metal rods, a couple feet long. And you see a lava pit falling from the sky. Now,
Yeah.
as you step inside, you can see it's some sort of man-made hollowed out cave structure. Different ruins and temples seem like what was up on the surface. Seems like it just continued straight down into the ground itself. You see glancing around different structures built out from the stonework and angled around. It feels like a small underground, like a third of the size of the Masno Grille if it was lucky. You can see on the structure itself, there's no doors on anything. There's just curtains that are draped over the open doorways. You could hear the ting, ting, and you glance over and you can see Darmos working on some sort of armor or item as you step in. It's like a almost like a balcony that you stand on, and a staircase leading you downwards. You can see Darmos over on the left side in a designated area. In the center is more of a common area, and that's where D is continuing to walk in a very hurried pace as you guys are taking all this in. She has already made her way down there. You can see Timon very anxiously sat on the edge of the stone table that is carved from the surface below. And it's as welcoming as it could be. You can see different statues placed around. You notice this first, Orion, because of what you have experienced with your time on Gragabore. You can see different statues of Displacer Beasts, as well as statues of Displacer Beast armor. And you see one statue with just the legs on it, as it was like kind of either removed or just crumbled to the ground. Just seems to be some sort of natural decay. Doesn't seem to be any signs of conflict at first glance, but some doors are closed, some curtains are drawn, the rest are held open.
Well,
What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna run up.
Are there any?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You spoke for. Okay. Well, I'm gonna run up.
I'll go.
Oh, Fred goes. All right.
It's just a joke.
Okay. I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna go and hug D. I'm gonna like, at least attempt to, run up,
Hug
try
your
and hug her,
guts.
and then like do like a lift hug. Be like, oh my gosh, you're not dead. And
Yeah, she goes over, and as you're running over too, she's like still facing the table, and she hears your footsteps come, and she turns and you just grab her and lift her up. She like unwillingly embraces it, and then when she realizes what's going on, she hugs you back.
Mhm.
I'm glad you're not dead either. I was getting worried.
Yes. And I'll like place her back down. Hit her. No, I place her back down. Duh. Wow. Timon, Darmos.
Are you having a stroke?
Maybe.
Darmos at this point, he's off in his like own little section. He's
Oh.
still hitting away. He doesn't seem to have either cared or noticed that you have entered.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I'm just happy to see you. I haven't heard from you or Nadi in feels like months. I know it's only been a couple days, but I'm glad to see at least one troop.
A couple days.
Well, it's easily been at least a week or two.
Wait, what do you? Since you last saw us?
Yeah.
Has it been a week?
Mm-hmm.
It's been like 10 or 12 days, yeah.
Oh my goodness, we've been through so much. It feels like years.
And like, Orion's face has dropped by this point.
Well, I'll go make some tea while we wait for the rest of the crew to show up, and to just make yourselves comfortable. You look like you need a nap.
Mm-hmm.
She
I
runs
heard there
over.
was food.
Oh yes, yeah. I'll grab you some too. What's? She kind of processes for a split second, and holds her hands out towards
Who
you,
the
Gorp.
fuck are you?
Yeah. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for
I
me?
was like, I don't think it's a handshake. I think it's hits him with fucking disintegrate.
19.
Cool. You fall and die. Now you feel this energy try to contort your body and almost stop you from moving, but you manage to shake it free, and this individual steps closer in between the rest of your group. You're just standing there like that. Ryan, who's this?
Oh, that's Gulp.
I'm gonna grab her hand and. Very nice to meet you.
Oh, okay.
We picked him up in Marsukum.
Wait, pause. You guys are like next to each other on my
Yeah,
screen.
me too.
So if you
guys
like,
actually
Nick,
shook
if you
hands.
hold your other
Other way,
side,
other
other
way,
side,
other way, other way.
other side.
Yeah. But you share the hand.
There you go.
Yeah, that, for me
So
too.
it looks like you're shaking hands.
That's funny.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. I'm sorry. A lot's been going on, and everything. We'll get to it. And she kind of anxiously hurries over to some sort of cooking like preparation area. Fred, you feel yourself with your jaw drop to the floor as you see the setup that they have.
Oh, boy.
A like multi-preparation surface. You can see multiple different sorts of like open flames, as well as unique like the arcane burners that you saw inside the dancing lantern, but on a scale that you cannot fathom, and how complex they are. You've dreamt about this as a kid, this kind of setup, and yeah, Dee heads over there and begins to start her prep work. You can do what you want with that, Fred.
I fucking run over there as fast as I fucking can.
Okay, sounds good. You run over there, and she's in the process of pulling out some sort of like a bread loaf. There's the berries that she had in her storefront back in Bassfall. She takes out and starts squishing them down, and throws a pot of water over an open flame. And you would know what she's trying to make, some sort of compote to make some sort of either toast or something, but something fancy, dude. And she heads over, puts a pot of tea in the water. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome to the prep space, I guess. Glad to see you again.
I won't even answer. I'll just be looking around with my jaw still dropped.
Sounds good. The rest of you guys are sat around Timon, and he has his hands crossed. His legs are crossed, and he's just bouncing his leg. You can see the anxiety running through his body. What happened up there?
That's a good
What
question.
was that?
Does anyone have a good explanation?
Yeah, so pretty much it was this dark thing, and then this thing went, and the other thing went, and then it started getting closer and really scary, and I almost tinkled.
Oh my. So I can't go up there. I
mean, you can.
Can I go up there? And Dee just turns and slowly shakes her head at him. Oh. And Timon kind of collects himself, and he starts to get up, and nice to see y'all. Starts to walk over towards one of the doorways that are covered with with the drip over it, and hesitate for a second to turn back towards Dee, and then shake his head and enter back into the doorway itself.
Never mind.
If you guys like to do anything, feel free to interrupt me at any time. But Dee continues to make her thing, Fred, and you're just in awe the whole entire time. You watch her. She's very fluent with it, like a mom who has all the cookbook recipes up in her noggin. she's just going through, and it smells delicious over there. You're the first one to pick it up. Eventually, the rest of the chamber kind of fills with this like like a fresh baked multi-berry pastry kind of fills the chamber, and she starts to walk over with a plate of some sort of like bread spread berry mix, places on the table, and as well as a pot of tea, and places it down. Runs back over, grabs a couple of wooden mugs, and starts to fill it up. Very
Where-
frantically at this point, but
Is there like an open space
what?
for
Waffle
like
baking.
in my head? I'm thinking, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, there's multiple open like cooking preparation surfaces. She has like 3 islands, countertop spread out
Oh my
the
gosh.
length of the chamber.
Dream kitchen.
Heaven. Fuck, do I dreams in?
In a
Dreams
bunker
Cafe.
too?
You doing some preparations, Steve? Are you preparing a certain kind of waffle, or are you just kind of
Oh, experimenting first, see how well
okay?
I can do with all this fancy stuff.
Cool. Sounds good. Um, if you want to make a normal waffle recipe, you can make a performance check. You can add your proficiency bonus to that as well.
No. Oh, which one was it? You said?
Performance.
Performance.
Yep.
Okay.
And add your proficiency bonus, which should be 3, 2, 3. Yeah, 3.
The digital dice rolls will always get me.
Forgot I had this thing.
Ah, is that a coaster?
No, it holds my dice.
Oh. Oh.
All right, I'm rolling the actual dice. Fuck that.
Yes.
Okay. Can I keep my roll? Because this one's a 3
No.
and this one. Oh. So that means I got an 11.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
With that
What do you
and the ample supplies and resources that you have here, and the comfortability in this kitchen, you feel like this is definitely not the best batch you've ever made. But with the help of all the resources, it's near the top of the better batches that you've ever have crafted. While you're doing that, he's over there and passing out the tea, trying to make everybody welcome. Tell me, how was your journeys? And she's like sipping the tea, trying to start some breathing exercises to lower her heart rate and take a breath.
Um,
My rhino died, and I'm just gonna eat one of the pastries.
is
Eat the pastry; it's damn good, better than the waffles that Fred has ever given you.
Ooh.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That table you talked about.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, as long as my big map isn't soaked to shit,
Mhm.
I'd like to take it out and just like roll it across the stone table.
Yeah, sounds good. The table is wider than that map itself, so
Yeah.
easy enough to do.
Okay. And then, I mean, I'll just start taking some shit out of my pockets. I'm gonna actually also finally take out the books that I've gathered for D,
Mhm.
and take
Cool.
them out and like it's only I think 2 technically. Well, I have. Hold on, I have the Shadow book.
From Bird's Dungeon.
The book I think I stole from the Masno Underground. That was on the pedestal in the one. I don't know if it means anything, but I stole a book from the Masno
Mhm.
Underground. And I don't think I ever gave her. No, I think that's it. Honestly, I think it was just those 2 books, because I think I gave her the other ones the last time we met.
Okay.
So yeah, I take those out. I put those down with the map. And then I'm gonna just put the trident down for now because I don't want to keep holding that.
Yeah.
And then.
As you bring all this out, she's like, "Oh my, that's
Mhm.
wow."
Mm, oh, yeah. And then I take out the broken fez hat and place that down as well.
Sounds good. You it takes you everything else is like expedite as you're taking it out, and the fez hat, you almost like have to stare at it for a second.
Yeah.
As the wave of emotions rush through your body, and place it down on top.
Yeah.
He reaches down and, may I? She's reaching towards the book from Burr's dungeon.
Please.
She takes it and turns it around. You can see a lock on the side. She pulls into her pocket, and the book itself is like a dark blue, almost pitch black, and around the outside is a metal that you haven't seen before. This darker gray, almost like flaky looking metal, and a keyhole on the side of it. She pulls out a key that looks like it would fit in the hole, and she looks up and kind of gives you an awkward smile, and you can see some just shadows go out and join the other ones that are in the chamber itself. And
Creepy.
she starts to just flip through. So I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes.
What happens? How are you doing?
Good. Still not like a very stale face. I think if I'm being honest, we're not doing good.
She stops flipping through and looks up and just lock eyes with you. I know I shouldn't have
Also-
gotten you into this.
Just to
Yeah.
note, while all this is happening, I'm sleeping.
Okay. Where do you just like somewhere in the chamber? Or you try to go into one of the open doorways?
If I like don't immediately see like a bed or a bunker, I'm laying out my bedroll and I'm just going on the ground.
Yep, 14d8 stroke damage.
Nope. Cool.
Steven knows.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're doing good at all.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll and she holds the necklace, and she'll see what level she's willing to do it at. You feel this energy kind of enter into the chamber from her, and she will, she'll heal you guys. For everybody within the area except for Peaches, you guys heal 36 points.
Woo!
As
Yeah.
energy kind of
That's
comes from her. Yeah.
Because
You want to go sleep? You weren't in the area around her. You want to go find somewhere else to lay down.
You're not pulling my chain, are you? 36?
Yeah. She casts it like 7th level.
Let's go. I'm at max health.
Yeah, same.
I
Um,
have 3,700 health. Perfect.
Well, then I'm taking a long rest.
Good
No, you're
luck.
good. Well, this is the least I could do, but I hope it helps a little bit. At least clear your mind and remove the worry.
This one. Thank you. Feel much better physically, but I think emotionally and spiritually, we've all taken a huge hit.
More
And-
so.
And there's some things I would like to talk about. If you could gather everybody.
Well, yeah, I could do so. And she kind of claps twice throughout the chamber as it echoes through. The pinging kind of last one radiates through, and the footsteps of Darmos starts to walk through. See, Timon enter back into the chamber, and a couple moments later, you could see the older, white-haired sailor hat of Captain Furman
Oh my gosh.
enter back into the chamber itself.
Wait a minute.
They all join, and Captain Furman calls out, it's so happy to see you. Peaches! Oh, sorry. He looks over and sees you sleeping on the ground. You hear the voice of Captain Furman calling out.
I'm gonna walk over to Captain Furman.
Hmm?
I'm gonna look at him like really hard in the face.
It's nice to see you again, Lucius.
I'm gonna point to Gorp. What's his name?
I haven't seen him before.
And then I'm gonna embrace him in a hug.
Okay.
Oh my lord, I thought it was
like-
you.
He's not a hugger, but he'll put one
Yeah.
arm around your back and kind of pat it. Similar height as you, so it's a nice dude hug.
Yeah.
And he smells a little bit of fish.
Okay. Oh my lord. Were you? And I'm gonna like go back. And now I'm like excited because I I won this, but quickly before I go into things, were you ever in Berksel?
I've entered Bursel in passing.
Did you see us there? Did you see Peaches there?
I haven't been there in years.
Oh. We'll talk later.
All right, well, I actually just got back from a fishing journey. If you wanted me to cook something up, and he motions over towards his chamber, and it's full of barrels of fish.
I'm still not convinced. Mentally, this is internally dialogue. Okay, I'll get back to it. No thank you. I do not trust him yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all right. D, you called us, and he looks over. Yeah. Let's all gather around. We have some things that we need to talk about.
Mhm.
Timon very anxiously steps over. Darmos seems like he doesn't want to be there, but he walks on over.
Well, as you can see, we've, had a little bit of adventure. As you see, we have the book. We made it to Berksel, and a lot went on there. Keep it short and simple. We went to the Burr's books. We got that stuff. We then, I was also kidnapped, saved by someone who you never even met. Her name was Izunami. Very cool, but she is no longer with us. And as far as we know, I think she's dead. She's probably dead. And that happened. We gambled. There was a theater. We fought things at the theater while there was a play going on. We met these people called the Nicky was 4. Fred got, charged with murderous intent and criminal activity. We went down into the Masno Underground. I don't know if there's a guild on the other. I don't know if you knew that, but specifically at Berkshire. And I'm rambling. But there was a hag that we burnt down. There was that. There was and back up. Went to Marsukam, came here. We talk about all that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you're good.
I reference the books, the map. I reference some scars on my body as I'm talking. And then as I'm talking, whatever, and there's one last thing.
And you see Timon call out. Yeah, you lost me on a. You got kidnapped.
Yes.
I'm trying to take notes. He looks down. He has some sort of parchment in his hand, and he's using his claws to try to inscribe some things on there.
And I also explained Jackass turned into a person and all that jazz. So when we were looking for a boat, when we stole our boat in Marsukam, we had Peaches conjure a portal that Captain Furman, as you know very well, it took us back to your Port Malik. And
CD call out. Peaches could make portals.
Oh, yes. I guess I forgot to mention that in the stories. Yeah, she can do this cool fiery enchantment thing, and kind of
And
yeah.
You appear at a place she's
Seen before.
How does she seen before?
Yes.
Now I've seen some teleportation spells, but nothing of that matter.
Oh, it is so cool. We'll have you do it for her in the morning. But it's
Oh,
very
all right.
cool. Very, very helpful. You're aware that we lost Lucius as well, right?
Oh, do I? The captain from. I thought you were Lucius.
Oh. You know what's funny? That was gonna be my question to him, other than Gorp, but I couldn't
Hmm.
remember if I had already told him my real name, so I was gonna ask him what my name was.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lucius 2.
Ah. Well,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yes.
You have a twin brother.
Yes. He is, well, I had a twin brother.
And he kind of, with already tears in her eyes, she's just,
Yeah.
kind of wiping something.
Yeah.
There's just been so much loss recently.
Oh boy. Well, we got to Port Malik, and we saw, stuck getting shaky here. We saw a ship in your port, and we also saw some some figure on the dock, but the figure wasn't standing.
As you say that, you can see like, Dee almost has to like catch herself as she falls backwards, and she's kind of putting the pieces together at this point. Timon's still trying to write down kidnapped. He's spelling it wrong a couple dozen times, but
And I'm really, really sorry. And I wish I could have done something more. I'm actually tearing up. But Anati and her crew, they've moved on as well. They kind of they were attacked at the port, and I'm so sorry.
he looks up. You can see some tears rolling down her face now. All of them.
All of them, I confirmed.
I I knew I should have gone out and looked for them. I need a second. She kind of steps away from the rest of the group, and you're starting to weep.
We we did find something on her, and I'm gonna point to Fred.
Mhm.
Fred, do you have that bottle?
Before I say anything, Logan, you see what I said?
Yeah.
You're gonna see a shit ton of waffles covering me.
Yep. And the countertops are now one of the islands is completely full of a probably like 3 feet tall of waffles. Been cooking
I'm
up a
just
storm.
so into it.
And you come over and you can see the like the powder or batter or whatever it is on your face. Just like you could just see your eye sockets and your mouth moves, but the rest of you are just like a cake batter man.
I had around the waffles. And so like, what?
Do you have the bottle we picked up from Anati?
Let's see. I run over and reach in my bag and find it. And I run back over. I got it.
Yes. Would you mind actually, what? I don't even remember. Like, you sent it to Fred. I remember you sent it to Fred what was written on it, so, I mean, do that as you want, Fred. If you want to give it to them for them to read. Or you want to read it out loud, up to you, but...
Yes. It's like, is that the one you wrote in cursive?
Yeah, the one that you couldn't read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you put that in the main chat.
Maybe...
No, that wasn't the one that was in. The one that was in cursive was how to get to the island here.
Yeah.
The other one was a the note that you found on the floor next to Anadi's body that was plastered against the wall.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't think it was Fred.
No, yeah, because I remember I handed it to Fred.
You read it first though, so it might have been in your.
I don't
Maybe.
think so. I can check.
That's fine. Anyway, you gonna hand it to them?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Make it easier. As you hand it to, you give it to, as you even call out, Dee stops her track and kind of walks over to you, Fred, and walks over and reads it. And as she's starting to read it, you
Oh,
can see
it's
the tears start to
No.
rain down her face, and she's just seems defeated at this point. While the rest of the crew, time is there. All right, I think I think I spelt that right now. What was the next part? You got kidnapped.
Don't worry about it, Timon.
All right. Well, good news. I've been making some potions. They're not 100% complete yet, but they're he points over towards the chamber that it comes from. They're work in progress. It should help us.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Timon.
I don't know what to say whenever Dee cries like that. She's been emotional the past couple days.
She
Captain
on her
Furman goes
period?
over and kind of rubs Timon's back and tries to make him feel a little bit better. Thermos is just standing there with his arms crossed. This big burly fella standing there starts to tap his foot.
We don't know who did it exactly, but there was black ooze on the ship. I think the only other time we've actually it would be like that would be like not like the moss creatures, right? It'd be more like
Mm-mm.
had we
No,
ever
it was
seen
more
one?
of a you
I don't think so.
you can make an intelligence check.
Oh, great. 3.
You've seen a substance. You've seen multiple unfamiliar substances within your journeys, and you could pinpoint almost every single interaction with a golden creature or another creature that is out of worldly from another plane or wherever they might be from in every instance. You can't pinpoint an exact like replica of that, but you feel as though you've only ever seen it based on the encounters and experiences you've had on this island.
Yeah, it was this black ooze from somewhere. That's all we really have as far as evidence goes. But
Well, that's I've heard I think I've heard Dee and Ego Chichi talk about it a little bit. I don't know if it's exactly what you speak of, but and Dee, you could hear her footsteps coming over. Eyes are like bloodshot, but she's controlled herself enough to walk on over. Yeah, that's well, let's this book is in Shadowcant.
oh boy.
I could cast a spell to let one of y'all read it, or I can. It's up to you.
Oh god. We have Fred, Gorp, and Orion here right now. I don't know if any of the other two
Yep.
are here.
They're not. No, they're gone.
Do either of you want to take that? Okay, good.
I
Fred?
can't
mean,
read
I-
cursive.
Okay.
I could read it if you need me to.
that would be best. Trust me, I don't think we're in the right mind. Or neither are you right now, technically, but
Well, all right. And she holds her hands out and casts tongues on herself.
yeah.
And she starts to read through, and as she skims over, she briefly mentions, there was another forming, but I wasn't able to pinpoint it. I don't know how or why the ritual was halted, but when the fog appeared, that's when it stopped. And if anybody were to get a glance at it, it's seems to be in some sort of like a cursive handwriting, different from the book's pages itself. Well, that's basically the gist of everything. This is just information on the plane itself. Apparently it's real. Kinda just awkwardly smiles. It's Ego Chichi. She's talked about it for ever since she showed up, and said that we were gonna be the reason why we rid this place of the darkness that's trying to bring. These. I heard her speak of rituals, but I didn't know what they were for. And the tears, it makes sense. This energy outside, it's matches what's in the book. I don't know what that means because, well, she isn't here.
Interjection, I'm sorry. This whole time I thought Ego Chi-Chi was a dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess yeah.
Well, it's have you guys found any more map pieces? The ones that you had in Bassfall?
Do we? We only have one now. Yeah,
You have
Yeah,
one. You had
Um.
multiple,
Yes. We have.
and then lost two.
We have one, and we have that big map. There was a lot, as I told you, there was a lot that happened. A lot of guild, you know, trouble, and yes, we've lost certain things with certain people, and it is the only one we've kept. And actually, I think Peaches has that map piece, so it's on Sleeping Beauty over there.
Yes, it's in my pouch.
Well, that's a start, I guess. Well,
Actually-
I
I'm gonna go over to the wall, start like kicking, kicking the wall, not the wall, but like near it. Oof,
okay.
oof, oof, oof.
While
I'm
he's
just
kicking
checking
the
to
wall, Fredda's gonna go pee.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if there's more spies.
Okay. There wouldn't be any spies here. We've been, at least unless you guys brought some, but we've been good as of late.
Okay.
Wait, well, hang on. Let's check. And she holds her hands to her chest, and one holds her hand out, and you can see her eyes kind of glow a white light. She casts see invisibility on herself. Starts to walk around. No, it looks like we're good for now. He looks over at she looks over at the group of everybody standing there, and team morale's low. It's yeah, the lack of energy is kind of degrading, and she speaks up. Come on, guys, it's the sake of the island we're talking about. We're gonna be the team of light to take down the darkness. And Darmos grew more and more impatient and turns and starts to walk back towards his where his shop is, continue working. Darmos, where are you going? Back to work, like we all should. He needs to walk away. I'm a weaponsmith, not a warrior. I haven't fought a humanoid in decades, let alone whatever nonsense you guys speak of. So that's not the Darmos that Ego Chichi had on her team. It's the reins of the town folk to defend the ogres. You're the reason we're still here. Why this island is still here. Ego Chichi would want... Darmos interrupts. Ego Chichi isn't here anymore. She's gone, D. Your group of adventurers could do what they want. It's not up to me anymore. Even if she's still on this island, the island's Ego Chichi grew and strived to be isn't the same. It's not here anymore. Turns and walks back to his shop. That's... You didn't mean that. She did what she had to do to protect all of us. Darmos stops walking. Lumi, dozens of others dead because of this. Now Anadi and all of her crew. Turns back and looks at D. If Iguchi's hiding in solitude, afraid of the consequences. She wants to return, then why doesn't she? Why is she putting the pressure on us? Why is that fair for a group of adventurers that you just stumbled onto this island? He looks at you, Orion. Why would we trust you? Should she trust you to do this? We're safe now. Just ride out the last of our days, doing what we do best. And not lose a fight that we wouldn't stand a chance in. He turns and walks back over. And he's just agitated, frustrated, and upset. She's having a hard time, kind of looking for the rest of your group for something to do, but whose side are you on? Darmos just walks away, and you hear a ting, ting. And D, frustrated, looks at the rest of your group. But Captain Furman steps over and places his hand on her back too. Armor on time and armor on her, trying to console both of them. We're here for you, D. Yeah, I'm here for you too. Simon awkwardly sits there. Well, how about the rest of y'all? You're welcome to stay here, but I kind of need an answer if you want to move forward with us. Are you in or are you out? Motions at the group of you.
Well,
I need to know.
I've lost too much to stop now.
If there's food like this, I have another pastry in my hand. I'm in for anything.
As you're eating the pastries, you begin to feel a little bit intoxicated. Yeah, not too much. You've had a lot harder substances before, but yeah, you start to feel a little buzz hits your ear. And you three? Looks at you, Fred, Peaches, and Carl.
Muted.
I'll be testing my waffles, but I'll look at them and be like, I'm in.
Sure. I'm in.
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Pete just has no choice. So.
All right. I glances over at Darmos, just hitting away over there. I think we all need to sleep on it. I appreciate you all, and yeah, I appreciate you all. And then Timon calls out, I'm here with you, D. Captain Furman steps over and kind of like starts to glance over the items on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to offer, but I'd be happy to help. I got enough catch to last at least a week, so if we need any more preparation, then we could do so.
Can I do an insight check on Furman?
What are you looking
Not
for?
not
What are
what
you
he's
inside check
saying,
for?
just like from my past interactions, his like mannerisms and or like just his
Like his demeanor?
yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, make an insight check, and he will make a persuasion or deception check.
Well, it's a natural one, so.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Divine Sense.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. He it's hard to read.
Hmm.
And you cast Divine Sense, and you don't pick up anything.
Okay.
Not within the 60-foot range. This is the first time you haven't. Your radar hasn't been going off.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very highly pinging the past couple 2-tree days, but as of right now, you don't feel any sort of energy pulling you in any
Okay.
direction within
Cool.
this chamber.
Feel better about that. Cool. Is there anything you need from us?
I just your support, and maybe some brainstorming on maybe what to do. I think our steps now is, at least in my mind, to find Iko Chichi and see if we could get some help from her. But and this map piece, and she glances over on the table. Where'd you get this?
The big one?
Yeah.
Pick that back up in Masukum. We had another run-in with the spider lady.
Oh,
And
is that
that's where all this
how you
came
lost your
from.
friends?
No. They just stupid. But yeah, we fought the spider lady and it actually went fairly well. We did almost die, but it was still good. Fred actually hit things. We met Gulp. Peaches, did her thing with her portals I talked about. And Carl, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Carl so combative before. And Zydus over here, our now new donkey jackass friend. We've all done a very good job. We've all fought hard to get here. I think it'd be a waste if we didn't continue. And yes, the map piece. It was sitting. I was running after Spider and Lady and running, and I saw an office and a map. This was sitting on the table.
That's a She kind of glances over it and looks. We're not crossed out. There's these markings on. Have you, Captain Furman? You know how maps work, right? He looks over and kind of glances down at it and begins to look through. Oh yeah, these markings don't mean anything to me. Well, it's maybe it could be of use. You said you were in Marsukum when this happened. That has the that diamond on there.
Yes. Well, more on the mountain.
And did you say you saw how this
Well,
that energy created?
technically no. I had a bag over my head, but
Oh,
not important. There was the spider lady, and she let out this like really annoying sound, and this mass occurred after we had left. We killed her because, well, let's be honest, she's a weird monster, and we were taken by the guild that was on that, in Masukum, what they called the ten leaves.
Oh, yeah, the tea leaves.
Yes, and they ended up, not liking what we were doing. Then they tried to take us, and that's when all this bozo, random, crazy war stuff started happening.
Ah, well, I'm glad you guys made it out all right.
Somehow, well, thanks to Peaches and Kyle and Fred and Go-Up, we can handle ourselves for the most part.
I sure hope so, cause you might need to if you stay with us.
As he says that, Gorp in the background falls off the stool that he's sitting on. Eating the pastries.
I like it. Yeah, you're starting. I mean, you've had as many as you would like to, but after like 6 or 7, you start to feel a little bit of a buzz, and you feel like if you have a couple more, you could probably get drunk off of these.
But yes, the map.
Well, it's something to look over. Well, if you guys want to make yourself comfortable for tonight, I'll try to stay up and figure out as much as I can, and maybe by the morning we could either share some more information or figure out what to do next.
I think it's, well, you know yourself best, but you were just given a ton of information. I think it's best if you sleep on it.
You can rest
think-
the long
The
way.
long way.
Peanut butter
Yeah.
and jelly the long way.
Yeah, I do think that'd be for my best interest, for all of our best interests.
Mhm.
Hear the ting, ting. Just continue to echo through the chamber.
Do you think he'll mind if I talk to him?
I don't know. Probably not.
Hmm.
He's having a hard time with the he doesn't feel her presence anymore, and he isn't trying to reconnect. I also don't. It's not like it's just gone, but it's fading. Like her energy's fading, or her something. It's just the connection, but from the connection I felt for decades to her isn't as strong as it used to be. But I mean, I wasn't the paladin of the group. That was Lumi's job. But I don't know. Well, I'm gonna get some rest, and you should too.
Yep.
Make your rounds. Feel free to stop by. I'll be up. Kind of smiles. Captain Furman and Timon have entered back into their chambers. Starmus is continuing to ting away. D has went off back towards the kitchen, looking through some cabinets, heading back into another, looks like some sort of storage chamber. Just making around, trying to distract herself, it seems, at first. Is there anything anybody would like to do, and have the time to do it? If not, you guys get set up for a long rest. Peaches, you have heard this conversation going on and have succeeded a short rest by this point. And you could continue to sleep for a long rest, or you could get up and fall asleep with the rest of them. That's completely up to you. But you have heard all this happening.
No, I would like to go for a long rest.
Okay.
And then, when I wake up, if D is, because I imagine I would wake up before everybody else.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, so I'll just continue until I succeed a long rest.
Cool. Sounds good. Rest you guys.
I got my waffle stuff.
Being that my chair has I fell over, I'm just gonna lay there and fall asleep there.
Cool. Sounds good.
Pastry in hand.
Drunk on pastries.
Yes.
I would like to talk to Darmos, if that's okay.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Head on over. He continues to ting away. As he's doing so, he's facing towards the open chamber and sees the rest of you guys. He sees you coming over, looks up, and looks back down and continues to
I think
head away.
Carl had something to say too there. I didn't want to cut you off.
I was just gonna say I'm just 6. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a long rest.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over.
And you see him as he's over there. You can see the spark starting to fly. The smell of what once was pastries that filled your nose is now replaced with burning metal. And Starmos is creating some sort of, or sharpening, hard to tell, some sort of longsword. It is molten hot. You can see a fire crackling behind him, and he has some sort of a leather like face mask almost over his face.
Mhm.
He's just kind of hitting away.
Excuse me.
Pulls his face mask down. Hmm.
We've only had one conversation before this, as far as I can remember. And I'm sorry for how you feel. Who you've lost on your ways, and how you may or may not feel, whatever. But you have a group of people here who would do anything for you, and you are deciding to give up. And you may be scared, or you may have lost your way. You may be fearful.
He pulls his mask back up and ting, ting. Still trying to process what you're saying, but
And fear has two meanings, you know. You can forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. The choice is yours. However, I think you've already chosen.
ting. Once more, he as he's finished hitting, you can see the blade itself is cooled off to a point. He stands up, pulls his mask down, and walks over to the fire and starts to hold it in there. I thank you, Orion, for coming back and journeying with the. I hate to see her like this, but you're right. I've made up my mind. He's not even looking at you, just kind of twirling the blade, getting it hot in the fire. And I will be here to support if need be, but I wish you the best of luck.
Alright. Just remember, a swordsmith is just a guy with tools if he has no one to supply them with. I know that's not great advice, but I was never good at that anyway.
Grunts and continues to turn the blade in the fire.
I'll leave you to it.
Does anyone else hear that beeping?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think it's your camera. I'd love to talk sometime about Lumi.
He looks up at you and kind of nods his head.
It's Nick. He's
No,
doing it.
It's not me, but I'm looking at your face and you go.
Because it keeps beeping.
I think you're going insane, bro.
Well, have a good night, Darmos. And I will turn out.
Sounds good. You as well. He looks back and continues to turn the blade. A couple minutes go by and the tinging continues to radiate throughout the chamber. Kind of obnoxious for a little bit. And half an hour goes by and it slows down. You hear the sizzling of the blade as it enters into the water to cool it off and stop the mending process. And then it's silent for the rest of the night. The oil lanterns go out. One remains on, and you could hear some books being flipped through and reorganized and rummaged through, and pages being turned as every once in a while you kind of have to toss and turn. You see D up, rummaging through the book that was in the Burr's dungeon, seems to be giving it more of an extensive read through instead of just glancing through it like she did to describe it to you guys and looking over the map. Anything that you might have provided on the table itself, she's looking through it. While the rest of you guys are kind of off doing your thing. Anything else you want to do, Orion? He's gonna kind of curl up and take it easy.
Just want to go rest without any. I feel like every rest we've had since Berksel has been one that is stressful, and we have to have someone watching. So I think this is the first rest in a long time where he feels safe and doesn't feel like he has to be ready when he wakes up.
Yeah, for sure. And like with how this chamber itself is set up, it's very like it's definitely ruins, but they tried to do like if you were to go like how people have weddings in old like abandoned barns, that kind of vibe. The floor is still grimy and dirty. The vines and stuff, these natural elements going together with the old strings and ropes of different banners and flags, not with any designs on them, just colors. More of a it feels like whatever is in this area used for decoration is found from towns all over the island itself, mostly from Kerrville Hills, like the Water District, during the events. And that doesn't look new. It looks like some old flags from the other water festivals from decades before even. And it's just like trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And back in its prime, it seems like it was a good place to be. That being said, yes, this seems like the first time in a while, a long rest doesn't have to be stressed. Peaches, you asleep in this silence in the chamber, just the rising and falling of Gorp's drunk snores every once in a while, echoing throughout, and then you hear him toss and turn over, and the snorings reside. And you kind of like half wake up, where like your eyes are still closed. You know you're sleeping, but you're sentient in that moment, and you could start to hear the things around you. You hear from right behind your head a swirling of some sort of portal conjure you're pretty familiar with start to form behind you. You muted.
Would I wake up at the sound of this?
You're like half awake. You could choose to try to go back to sleep with it, or you hear it.
If I wake, will I have succeeded a long rest?
You don't know.
I'm gonna sleep until I feel fully rested.
Okay.
Take the bait.
You try to go back to sleep, and you start to toss and turn. The anxiety and the want to understand and the fear that resides within you begins to billow up, and you find yourself tossing and turning and trying to go back to sleep.
Fine, I guess I'll wake up.
Okay. You wake up and you succeed a long rest because you have slept longer than the rest of the crew.
Yay!
That being said, you turn over and you see the portal conjured behind you, identical to the one that you've seen half a dozen times by this point. This light gray, rocky surface in some out-of-worldly place or area or wherever it may be. The sky above looks to be just as dark as the sky above where you reside at this point with this energy flowing, but within the portal itself seems to be more of a natural element. Purple stars twinkle above. You see the plateau is like directly in front of you. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone else awake that I can see?
Just D. D's in the other side of the chamber, kind of looking through books. She's facing away from you in the kitchen. Seems to be, at this point, taking a little bit of a break, trying to quietly cook through go through the ingredients that she has and try to cook something up. Making a little bit of noise, but not enough to wake anybody up.
So she's across the room?
Yep, she's probably like 40 or 50 feet away. Doesn't seem to have noticed anything out of the ordinary happening.
Am I able to call out to her or no?
If you want to. It's gonna echo
Yeah.
through the chamber, so you might wake everybody else up with you, but that's up to you.
Hmm. Um. Can I just go over to her?
Yeah, for sure. You head over, and she is in the process of some sort of like fish concoction. Looks like some sort of fish stew that was pre-made. She's just warming it up over the fire. Oh, hi, Peaches. Everything all right?
Can I just borrow you for a second?
Yeah. Let me just take this off so I don't, blow this place up or something. She grabs it and
Good idea.
places it on the island there. Oh, that's a lot of. What is that? She looks at the towers of Fred's Waffles just standing there.
Don't worry about that. That's just Fred doing Fred things.
All right.
I'm,
I'll put that down. All right. Yeah. What do you need?
I'm gonna point over to the wall. Can you see that over there?
There's the oil lantern. Yeah, they're supposed to be out. It's we turn them out at night.
No, the portal.
Portal? I
Is it still there? Can I still see it?
You can still see it. It's still swirling. You can hear the sound of it, and you can see the light that is shining through. No,
this portal that's swirling over
haven't
here.
ever seen a portal. Orion has mentioned that you can conjure them.
Yes, but sometimes they appear, and I don't consciously conjure them. And
Oh?
when I go in, there's always a dragon there, and
Uh,
I
uh,
feel like I'm the
oh,
only one that
what?
a dragon.
Yeah, what is he? What do they look like?
He's big and black and purple. Ugly.
All three of you guys. Oh my god. Really?
He's ugly.
Like the one you were asleep. She runs over and grabs the book you guys got from Bruce Dungeon. She flips through. All the language is in Shadowcant. You can't understand what it is. But she calls out and describes what you know as a pretty good representation of the dragon you see as Shaka within the realm that you go to.
Yeah, that's a
like
dragon.
Them?
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my gods. I
Do you know what it is?
I
Every
don't.
time I've asked someone, they don't know what I'm talking about, but you seem to know.
I
little
just by what's in this book, I haven't seen them. But what do you? Where do you see him?
So these portals that come up, they just appear, and it feels like it's using my energy, but I don't consciously conjure them. And then when I go in, I'm in this like big field. There's rocks, and in the middle of this field, there's always this dragon. And sometimes I feel like he knows that I'm there and he's talking to me, and then other times I feel like maybe he doesn't, kind of feel my presence. But yeah, it just started happening out of nowhere, and I've asked a few people about the dragon. We met some other tieflings when throughout our travels, and they had no idea about this dragon. But um, are you able to decipher that book? Is there anything like you could tell me about it or that you know?
Yeah, right now I could do it for probably another hour or so.
I thought I thought you were gonna be like, I could do it for 4 gold.
No.
I thought he was gonna say
it's
I'll do it for you for.
I got PTSD.
well, I mean, from what I could get from this, it's not an exact translation into common, but if that really is the bringer of darkness, I don't know if you should. It'd be very valuable to learn some information from them, to learn why, or if they are the reason why this is happening according to the book and what Ego Chichi's notes are written in here, but it could be risky. If you've done it before, I can't tell you to do something, but if you're willing to, have you spoken to him? Like, what do you see when you're in there?
Usually, he's in there talking to some other figures. The last time that I was in there, I recognized a couple people. He wasn't alone. There was someone that I don't really know. They were in a cloak, and I couldn't really tell who it is, but there was also the uh Officer Durak. He was like the leader of a Masno guild. Um I don't know if you've heard of him or not, but
Yeah,
he
he's been the leader for years now. I haven't had a problem with him. Nobody
no,
has.
he was in the portal too, and they, talk about the map pieces and saying that it's almost complete. Um and something about, darkness and over overruling. I don't know. It's I can't really tell, but the spider lady's there, the arrow Kakra that we came that I'm that I heard like Orion talking to you about. Um
Wait, wait,
they're
wait, wait. You seen the lady you fought in
Yes.
there?
Mhm.
And they're just having a casual conversation?
The last time that I was there, they were talking about focusing on the task at hand, looking for fragments, which I believe are these map pieces. Um, they said that they don't need any more magic. Uh, Drawing shade to the island, which I imagine is this darkness. Um, the cloaked figure, they kind of have a black smoke face, like where their face should be. It's black smoke. The voice sounds so familiar to me, but I could never pinpoint it. Sometimes there's this golden energy figure with glowing eyes and long black hair. Um, I don't know. The only ones
Yeah,
that I
that.
recognize are the spider lady, the officer, and then this dragon that's always there.
Wait, what does this lady look like?
I don't know. Every time I see her, she's just a glowing figure, and it just a
Does,
beam of light.
does she have like facial features, or is she wearing something?
It's just golden. I've, I don't know. Every time I see her, it's too bright. I can't really get a good depiction.
That that could be her. Um, well, if you're willing to gather more information, you could, that would be helpful for our cause. But I don't want to put you in a dangerous situation if you don't need to be.
Um, I wonder if this will work. And I'm gonna go over into my bag, take
Mhm.
out some rope, and tie it around like my waist. Here, hold
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna go into the portal, but you can't go in if you can't see it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna pull this if you want to hold me, and then if I tug on this rope, if you want to try as quick as you can to pull me back,
Yeah,
that
I
way,
I could, yeah, I could help you.
and I'll go in, try to get some information or talk or, see if I can see anything. The portal does look a little different than it has been. Normally, it's like that bright open space. This time there's like purple and stars and I don't know, but I can go in and try to see if, he's the dragon is there or the golden figure and um but if it gets too dangerous, I'll pull on the rope and as I make a run for it, if you want to try to pull the rope back in and hopefully you know, nothing bad happens.
Yeah, well, I could certainly try. And Peaches, you have seen the sky before and the stars, but it's a different location where the portal was conjured this time. This time you're looking at the plateau. Other times you were like a couple hundred feet from it. So everything else seems pretty typical. The only thing that was
Yeah.
off about it was the location of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I tied the rope around my waist, and then I'm
Okay.
going to hand the end to D, and then
Yep.
be like, "All right, so it's gonna kind of look like I disappear, but I promise that I'm not." And then I'm gonna go over and go through the portal.
Okay, sounds good. You step through and enter into the familiar wherever you may go. We have a conversation with Ashaka. Alright, as you're lying there, you don't hear any of this happening.
All right, back to sleep.
And similarly to how you have felt when you got hit in the back of the head with the bone, your vision goes to this bright, whitish yellow light, and a sense of peace almost takes over your body. And you feel yourself almost like in that state when you're sleeping, when you feel like you're floating, but this time it's constant, and you feel yourself just lifting off the ground and floating higher up. Your eyes are closed, but the sun is bright. Feels like this bright, what feels like sunlight is... It's uncomfortable. It's welcoming at the same time.
All right. Because last time this happened, I kept my eyes closed. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Do the same.
Okay, sounds good. Familiar with this? Keep your eyes closed and don't fight it. You kind of embrace it and let it happen. And as you do so, you feel this light completely take over, and the senses of your human existence, all of your sense, your touch, your feel, everything just dissipates, and you feel light and effortless. And without even opening your eyes, within this light, you could see you are stood in the center of some sort of massive chamber. You can see different pillars. Excuse me. You can see different pillars towering towards the sky. You don't see a ceiling in sight. It just goes up into the bright light that's shining above, matching what you just saw with your eyes closed a second ago. On these pillars, you can see different depictions of movement or energy, whatever it may be, and every other pillar has a displacer mask engraved inside of it. The surrounding walls around you are this like bright white light, and at the end of this hallway, you can see the light that you just saw moments ago with your eyes closed, just shining ever so brightly. This warmth and pull towards it, not intense, but a connection nonetheless.
Okay.
Leading you downwards. Chamber itself, same in the other direction. The other direction, you don't see the light, but the hallway like structure continues. And what would you like to do?
Oh, back to bright areas.
I would change the music, but we're gonna get copyright for it, so I'm
All
not going
good. Thank you, Gandhi voice.
to.
Well, whoever I'm going to meet, I hope you're friendly. And I'll keep walking along and towards that light.
Okay, sounds good. You step closer, and your senses begin to slowly come back. This warmth fills your body, the same warmth that you feel when you release this divine energy into your friends and heal them up. Same with receiving it. And you step closer and closer, and you can start to see this blob of light
Blob.
starts to have a shape to it.
Fuck.
You can see a humanoid figure standing to one side, and some creature the same size, but a little wider than humanoid. Seems to have 4 legs standing next to them. So you can't really make out exactly what it is, but You're walking
Aw,
towards them.
Okay. Hello?
You call out and it echoes out, and you hear a response back, but it just kind of wisps past your ears. And the pull towards this doesn't intensify, but it feels more welcoming the closer you get.
Okay. Is this, I don't know
Are you
if
continuing to walk forward, or
Oh,
are you
yeah,
stopping?
yeah, I'm still.
You're continuing to walk forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
Cool.
pretty safe.
Um,
No defense.
you continue to call out and walk forward, and you can see standing there the glowing entity you've seen before, your mother, all in her divine form, this glowing energy making up. You can see her facial features this time. She's wearing a white, like, robe cloak with a veil over it. And standing next to her is, in material form, Helm,
Yeah.
with her scars
Oh.
still open and exposed, but this divine energy that makes up your mother, almost filling them in and holding them as to how they are. Helm, when she sees you, she like patters back and forth and starts to wag her tail, and she tries to step forward, and then you see your mother's mouth move a little bit, and Helm sits down, continues to wag, but she doesn't approach you.
Okay. Alright, this is very weird. Mom?
Orion,
Yes.
happy to see you again. So is your companion here.
Hi,
Starts to wag and starts to pant a little bit.
Just hold on.
She looks up to you, Orion. She's devoted her life to join you in your fight, in your journey, in your cause. She doesn't know it, but she's there to support you nonetheless. She has fallen fighting along by your side, and I know she would do it again, and you do too. It's been a while since I've last seen you, which is, for our sake, it's a good thing right now. But
Yeah.
I'd like to see you more. If don't feel free to reach out every once in a while.
Alright.
I'm always here to listen. And Helm here, she's been waiting to hear from you too. Sitting patiently, ready to go back in it.
This means she's okay.
This means she could be okay, Orion.
Alright.
If you want her to continue her oath and fight along your side, or you could set her free, let her join me.
Oh. Well, when you put it like
She'll
that.
be happy to do so either way. I think a little happier for one situation than the other. She's not even looking up at your mom anymore. She's just like kind of wagging her tail, leaning her head forward, trying to go to you. But she knows if she does, she's
Yeah.
not allowed to.
Hell, first off, I'm looking down at her. I'm sorry. This was never supposed to happen to you, and we'll get Fred back when the time comes. But
She's sitting there wagging. She looks beat. Her
Yeah.
like her face, like over her eye that was already scarred, has another scar, like almost paralleling it, but this time it goes like down towards her jaw, and it's just being held in by the divine light. Her foot itself, her paw is completely spectral. Seems like it might have been slashed off by the golden creatures, and then along her her side is also a big gash that every single wound that she has on her looks fatal.
Yeah.
But she's happy to see you. I still have enough strength to bring her back to you. I could strengthen her up a bit, if deemed necessary. That is, if she's very much willing to go back. You could see how she's reacting, but that's up to you if you want her to continue her life with you.
And then from kneeling down and talking to Helm, I'll stand up, look back at Mom, and just say, how are you doing?
I've and her arms were like, uh, again, make fun of me, I don't care. But like the
Yeah.
representation that'll make sense is like the villagers from Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like she just has her arms like that, and like within the cloak itself, and she kind of lets it go. Happy to see you, and not so professional or uptight as
Yeah.
when you were approaching. She pulls her arms back, and you could see her one hand is still spectral, her left hand, and her right hand is not there.
Yeah.
Whether it's invisible or gone, it's hard to tell. It's I'm all right.
Mhm.
I could feel the connection starting to wither a little bit, but I have to stay strong.
Well, thank you. You know, it's a lot harder down here without Lucius with me. The
Sure it is.
crazy man that he was.
I wish I could have told you about that to prepare yourself, but
It's all right.
they didn't get there in time.
Yeah, it's you know, our family isn't strangers to loss. I actually have a question.
Unfortunately.
I've been meaning to ask. 2 questions, actually, if you have the time.
Yeah. But all the time right now.
What is your name? Like your real, when you were here on the physical, plane.
She looks up, and the tie and energy that's creating this area and environment, it's hard to tell exactly what she feels when she does so. I don't remember.
Oh, all right.
It's been so long, and that life is
Different.
there's a lot I need to tell you about, but for less dire situations is probably what that talk is for.
All right. And well, I appreciate that.
And she seems like she genuinely took a second to try to remember and anything about her past. She seems upset by it, a little bit emotional.
But, with that in mind, I don't know if you'll be able to answer my next question. It's something that's troubled me for a really long time. Did Father leave us?
Takes a breath. He did what he had to do. He spent most of his years when you were in the house of Howdy waiting. And he's still he's okay. And he didn't intend to make you feel left or abandoned. He did what I told him he had to do. And he's why you're still here, Orion.
Alright.
Lucius met his end in other ways that I couldn't stop, but he's alright. He's still waiting for the day he gets to see you again. How that might happen, given his situation, I don't know. I think it's best to not talk about it. But if he were to see you again, I'm sure he would be happy.
Okay. You know, Mom, if I have to say, our talks helped me a lot, and I think I've learned a lot. And last thing, thank you. I feel that I've kind of grown since I arrived here, and I look forward to our next talk.
I hope to see you again soon, and I'm sorry I couldn't answer the questions better, but I don't want to scare you or have a give you force a perspective upon you.
Well,
And I'm sorry things have to be the way that they are. I wish I could have seen you boys grow up from down there, but it's better off like this. I'm sorry. And she goes into, like, opens her arms for an embrace.
yeah.
Okay. You hug her back, and you don't feel the physical touch of it, but you feel the warmth around your body, and your eyes go back to darkness, and you fall back asleep.
Cool.
That amount of experience and this energy required to see this vision was enough to jolt you awake if Orion would have deemed necessary.
Oh, sure.
If not, he could
Yeah.
fall back to sleep.
Oh,
That's up
fuck
to
it.
you. Okay.
If I'm up, I'm up.
Okay. Sounds good. You kind of like toss and turn, almost like you slowly open your eyes after a good nap, basically. That's the kind of feel it is. And you look up and you see D holding the end of a rope. The rope is on the ground. And D is just standing there, just intently looking at the untaut rope at the end.
D,
Oh, hi, Orion.
what are you doing?
I'm holding the rope for Peaches.
Look over at the end.
She said that. Yeah, she said she's gonna disappear, and she did,
Ooh.
and I'm holding the rope.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But
Okay.
this is her thing with the, the thing I told you about.
Yeah. She said that she saw the dragon that I described in the book, and
Yes.
it's slightly concerning, but it might be better to, get some information from him if we were able to. So she said she was willing to do so. So she's not here anymore, and I'm nervous.
Well-
Awkward, uncomfortable smile.
She has a lot of experience and she'll be fine. I was worried the first time too, but just you just have to wait. I'm gonna go sleep again.
Yeah, you
At least
you
try.
best get some rest.
But if you need me, wake me up.
I appreciate that, Orion.
Alright.
And she turns and looks back at the end of the rope, just like white knuckling the
Yeah.
rope to try to keep hanging onto it, but
Good luck.
you toss and turn for
Yeah.
a couple minutes, and eventually you fall back asleep.
Yay.
Peaches, as you step through, you could feel the rope that you're holding onto, or that was taut around your waist, fall from it. Feel the pressure release from around you. You can still see within the chamber. You can see D holding onto the rope, but you don't feel the rope around you. As you enter on through, and as you're turning back around to look through the portal that you just entered through, you can see the dragon towering above. From this perspective, easily 100 feet up into the sky. His wings are folded in, and he is looking down at this cloaked creature, seemingly having a conversation. What are you doing?
I'm getting in close enough to listen.
Oh.
While
Are you gonna try to
remaining undercover as much as I can.
make a stealth check?
You and these fucking
Or you don't have to roll. You could just, walk over. I'm sure they wouldn't care if you're there.
16.
You meander your way as close as possible, and I'm changing the music. I don't care.
Shit.
There goes.
Bless you.
30
You
cents.
sneeze, and the dragon turns, and
Yeah, I know.
There goes our 30 cents to YouTube.
yeah, right. This one's fun. As you stand there, Peaches, you try to make yourself as small as possible.
Yeah.
Running quickly, walking with a decent roll. You head on over.
I'd say a jog.
Okay. Unknowing
Brisk-
as
brisk
to
walk.
if you draw on any attention from this creature or the dragon that is there, but you find yourself stood behind a rock that kind of pierces through the ground, just barely small enough that you have to like crouch your neck down a little bit to stay completely behind it. And you start to pick up on some bits of a conversation that you joined in the middle of. And we'll do that, Dales, after the break. Peach, you step on inside. You see this dragon, you see Ashaka talking to the cloaked figure. And got close enough to start to listen in on the conversation as you're hiding to the best of your ability behind a one of the rocks that pierce through. You hear the cloak call out. Master, the group causing you troubles has arrived. They spoke of death, destruction, everything you promised. Nadi's crew has met their well-earned demise. Turns out, so has one of us. She has fallen. They've obtained a map. And she grows ever taut within that group. The dragon calls out, "Excellent. The time is growing near to the day I'm able to stretch my wings on that realm." Cloak talks out. They have the last piece to what we need. Shall I inform Dirac? And Ashaka calls out, "Leave it. Leave Dirac to me. He's waiting the word as we speak. As for you, leave when you can. Head towards the other tear. Meet the others there. You'll be of more value there than you are in that bastion. Leave them hurting. Leave them knowing what torment awaits them when I'm free." "Yes, master. I'll be waiting your word." And the cloak steps backwards and as it gets from sight. Seconds later, Peaches, you see the Aarakocra, Officer Dirac, appear where the cloak once was. "Dirac! It's time to let the shadows rain down their mead." And as he says so, he kind of twitches a little bit. You can see the grin in his golden eye kind of flares up, and he too steps backwards, back into the shadows. And the only one that remains is this towering dragon, Peaches. He calls out, keeping his back turned away from you. "You must think you're doing this island a justice by creeping in on my conversations." He turns and looks over, and his long neck, by still standing 50 or 60 feet from which you are 40 or 50 feet away from the portal which you've entered through. And just by still remaining there, fuck you, Steve. I'm taking that thing off.
No.
And you could feel the breath kind of emanate around the rock in which you're standing behind. What are you doing?
Get out of there.
I mean, he already knows I'm there, so I'll just pop up.
No! What are you doing?
Ah.
You hear Orion's voice.
Dude, you're gonna die.
He kind of like unexpected to see you casually walk out. He kind of lifts his head back up And let's have a smile.
What? Why? Why do you keep calling me here?
Calling you here? The only ones I call are Dirac and the others.
You're
You
not.
just appear when you shouldn't be. Creeping in on the conversation. It's only a matter of time before you and your pathetic excuse of friends fall to the wrath of the shadows that I spread around the islands.
Wow.
Why are you doing this?
You'll see soon enough. And starts to walk around and steps over towards the portal that you entered through, and stands over the top of it with it. You can see some dust starting to settle around.
Run away, run away.
What are you doing? You can see the runes and markings on his chest, these purple and golden accents and markings start to ignite in the energy that you've seen before when he formed the energy within his mouth.
Can I take a mental note of what these markings look like
Sure.
so I can
Yeah.
remember them?
Yeah.
Like,
For the-
good enough that I could redraw them.
Hmm.
I don't know if I have to do a check for that or.
I just roll a d20. Straight roll.
Okay.
I will make a remark of that though in my notes, so you don't have to. I don't have to draw a whole entire thing for you. I'll just let you know if it comes up again. But
18.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Before I make a break for it, I'm gonna quick look around and see if I can see any glimpse of that golden creature.
Make a perception check.
Please be careful.
14.
Okay. Yes, you do. On top of the plateau, and not just a glimpse, but the whole silhouette of this individual walking through. And they seem to be approaching you, a couple 100 feet from where you. I don't know. It'd be 60 feet from where you are. Because the portal's like right on the other, right behind that. So they seem to be approaching though.
You said like 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make a run for them.
Okay, sounds good.
Ooh,
As you start
shit.
running, Ashaka calls out, "Running will only make it more entertaining for me." And you hear the voice boom out from the silhouette. "Leave her out of this. She doesn't know why she's here." Shaka calls out, "Is that so? Well, that doesn't really make you a good goddess now, does it? Lying, manipulating her powers for the benefit of your own." See the figure as you're approaching her, Peaches. The Ashaka doesn't move. He's just standing over the portal that you conjured, and just following you with his voice. And as you go up to the individual, she meets you halfway and puts you behind her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
doing this
I'll
for
stay behind her.
all of Lekala, all of Gragabore. Shaka calls out, "Are you now? Whatever keeps you with your riches and away from my emotions. Be my guest. I'll not stop until every ounce of light has been replaced by the shadows in your world." And the energy forms in his mouth, and he looks down at his feet and
Oh.
unleashes it towards you. And because you instinctively flinch. You've seen this before, and you try to flinch out of the way, but the figure that's standing in front of you doesn't react at all. And as you're standing there, the energy consumes you, and you are swallowed and engulfed by this purple glow of energy that used to hurt you once before. And this time you feel it as you breathe in, enter into your lungs, and also you feel like you almost instinctively pull away as it touches your skin, but nothing else happens.
Okay.
A couple seconds go by, you look up and you no longer see the Ashaka standing there, the individual, this glowing creature. She is still in front of you, and you can see the portal where Ashaka was once standing. She stands and turns and looks at you, and she looks very... You can't see any expression on her face, but her demeanor with your passive insight, she seems very uneasy. Uncomfortable.
Okay. What does he mean that you're using me?
I don't listen to him. He's lying.
Are you Ego Chi-Chi?
She nods her head.
Threw it out like fucking candy.
What? How do we stop this? What is going on? What can I do?
I don't know. I trying to figure that out, and you have been helping me.
Me?
Well, you're in a way, yeah, and your powers. You're the reason why I'm here. You're the reason why you see the portals conjure without you willing to do so.
What about the other tieflings?
They don't possess the energy that you do. And you're also didn't question it. I might have tried it before and failed with them.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop this darkness.
It's not up to you. I'm sorry for bringing you in on this, but it's I am losing faith as we speak. It's and you look down and she's looking down, and her right arm is what's usually made of a like this divine silhouette is no longer there. She's the energy like at the farthest ends of from her core are starting to deplete and grow a little bit less bright. It's I'm sorry. She starts to walk past you, heading back up towards the plateau.
Well, wait, is there any way that I could heal you?
There's nothing you could do. I have to hope that I get to them before they get to me. And I shouldn't have locked myself in here, but that's the decision that I have to deal with now. Just if you want to help, just find me.
In the human world, the real world?
In the real world. Use the
Well-
maps.
Use the maps. Can you give me any hint, like where you would be?
The map will lead you to me. I can't speak out loud here comfortably. I don't know if there's any others lingering around.
Okay.
Just
I'll
don't
find
let them
you.
get to me first, or else everything that I'm doing is for no use, and I abandon my people for nothing. But that's not on you. It's just
Damn. Therapy
I'll-
session.
I hope to see you in the real world. And she, her feet, as she starts to walk up the plateau, she starts to walk like on air, like there's steps there, and she walks back up to the top.
I'll yell at her. I'll come find you. Don't worry. And then I'll make my run back to the portal.
Okay, sounds good. As you run back to the portal, you could see where you conjured it. You can see D standing there. Where do you keep the gem that you got from
In-
Mizunami? In your
the
fanny pack?
pouch. Yeah, in the front of me, in the pouch.
You enter back through the portal, and you see D standing there. And with the direction that you're facing, your pouch tears from your body and starts to slide around the floor, and it gets stuck on the table itself that's in the center of the room, heading towards the chambers where the curtains are drawn, heading back in a different section of it. And
I'm
you
gonna
see Dee
chase.
standing there. And it's like, oh, hi, Peaches. Did I help? I didn't feel a tug.
Oh, you're fine. You did great. And I'm gonna keep chasing after the pouch.
Okay, sounds good. The pouch isn't moving anymore. It's stuck on the table, but it seems to want to pull through it.
Okay. I'm gonna look under the table.
You look under it. It's just like a solid like stone piece.
Can I make an Arcana check?
You just looking at it, or you're trying to pick it up when you look at it.
I'll touch it.
Touch it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, you touch it. It seems to like when a magnet is trying to. If you put like your finger in between a magnet, it's still trying to
Mhm.
pull towards that magnet. That's what this feels like as you try to touch it. It feels like it's not. This isn't what it's attached to. This is what it's trying to go to.
D.
Yeah.
Is there a basement to this building?
This is as far down as we go.
Where's that map that Orion had?
It's there on the table. And you look over and you can see on the stone cut out of the table. You can see it there with other books and items that were placed there.
Can I bring it over to the gem?
You bring the map to the gem?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring the map to the gem and it doesn't affix, it doesn't attach. The gem itself is like, it's almost like at this point sliding to the right side of the table, and the
Mhm.
pull is continuing back towards the chambers on the other side of the structure.
Can I try to pick the gem up?
Yeah, you pick it up, and as soon as you pick it up, your arm almost extends itself as the gem is pulling you towards one of the closed curtains.
I'll like
Mm.
chase after it. I'll like keep
Okay.
like going.
Sounds good.
I won't fight it.
As you let it keep controlling it pulls you like a child when it sees an ice cream truck
Yeah.
in through Timon's chamber.
Oh.
And Timon is asleep on the bed. In front of the bed is a chest that's closed, and the gem itself is pulling you down towards that the chest itself.
Is it locked?
You try to open it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's unlocked. The gem pulls from your grasp as you do so, and you see within this chest itself the 3 map pieces that you saw Ashaka give off to the floating cloak.
Huge.
Can I take them?
You pick them up.
Can't
take them.
you? Who's gonna stop?
Are you trying to be stealthy?
I'm trying to be quiet.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Ah,
No,
shit.
actually, make a stealth check.
Ah, shit.
Because just make a stealth check.
Both of them have +0, so wouldn't have made a difference. 18.
Woo.
Sounds good.
If it didn't hit off my lunch tray, it would have been a 2.
Sounds good.
But we play it where it lies.
Licks fork in credits.
You reach in to do so with these. Timon kind of tosses and turns for a second, but you pull the 3 other map pieces out from within the chest itself.
Can I make another check perception on Timon?
Make a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This goes back to my statement.
14.
Glancing over at Timon, he's covered up at the moment. You could see his face is being shown, and his eyes are shut. He's snoring slightly. And you are ever slightly distracted by the shadows in the corner of the room. Both of them seem to elongate out a little bit more than they should with the light being shown in from D and your dark vision. And you start to pick up a growl from both sides. And you see the two shapes of the creatures that you saw when you followed into the speakeasy. These feline creatures standing there slowly walking forward and growling.
Can I quick put the map pieces away?
Mhm.
Like in a pocket or like in the pouch with the gem or whatever, just like so I'm not holding them.
They continue to growl and growling louder and starting to echo throughout the chamber. Do you know
Can I
anything?
try to make a break to the door?
You turn, and right before you turn, you hear the rustling of bed sheets, and Timon sits up, and immediately the shadows in the corner disperse back down onto the flat plane. Peaches, what are you doing in here?
Bed checks. You're accounted for. I'm gonna try to
Good
run
fucking.
Make it-
That was good.
Make a deception check.
That's good.
Deception. 5.
She just gave you a natural 20 of an answer,
5?
though.
All right. Thanks.
That's funny.
He doesn't. It's hard to tell if he actually believes you or not, but he didn't think too much of it.
Bed checks.
Actually, I'm gonna go over, and I'm gonna like be like, "Oh, here you go," and like tuck him back in.
Oh, I thought. All right. Thanks, Peaches.
You're welcome. And then as I like walk away from the bed, as like quietly as I can, I'm gonna like put the chest down, like close it. Be like, all right, well, have a good night, and then leave the chamber.
That's good. You enter back out. See the rest of your crew sleeping. Dee is standing there. She's almost at the door, starting to watch towards you. Is everything all right, Peaches?
I'm gonna shake
Oh
my
my.
head rapidly. I'm gonna pull her away from the chamber.
Mhm.
I already made a perception check on her, and she was fine.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like she is her normal self.
I'm gonna pull her away from the chamber, like away from Timon. Okay. Well, look around, make sure no one's like listening. When I was in there, the dragon was there, and he was talking to that cloaked figure, and Durak was also there too, and then that glowing light creature was there, and I did talk to her, and it was Ego Chi-Chi, and she said that she's still here in this world, and we have to find her from the map before they do. And there's a possibility that we can, get rid of this darkness. But this gem that I have, and I'm gonna like pull it out of my grip it tight and pull it out of my satchel. This
Yep.
gem that I have, it like
Immediately, it like puts your other hands together while you're holding the map pieces.
it has a connection to these map pieces. And when I was in there, in the portal, they gave the map pieces to that cloaked figure that I was talking to you about before I went in there. And these exact map pieces were in a chest in Timon's room. And when I was in that room, I saw 2 shadow figures that I've seen before when we were doing our travels. And I don't know if it's Timon, if he has something to do with it, or if maybe someone's controlling him, or, if these shadow creatures are. I'm not sure, but they're here. They're in here. They were in Timon's room, and I think it's not safe anymore. And I'm gonna put the gem back in the satchel, and then put the map pieces like somewhere else around me. Like put one in like one pocket here, one in like a different pocket, one in like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, your
You know,
satchel's
whatever.
torn right now, so you either have to tie it off or just hold on to it. That's up to you. And no matter where you put it, the connection from the gemstone and all 4 map pieces pull itself together and towards each other.
Okay.
Um,
Well then, I won't fight it then. I will put the
Okay.
map pieces next to the gem.
Okay.
And then I'll put the gem. I'll just hold it for right now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do you?
Well, do you think it's timing?
I don't know. When I was in his chamber, he was sleeping, and then he awoke and was normal. But I get this feeling that something bad was there, but those shadow creatures were in there, so I couldn't tell if it was Timon that I was getting the feeling from, or if it was the shadow creatures.
I hope it wasn't timing. He's been going out every night to maintain his crop somewhere off the islands for whatever potions he's brewing. I don't understand, but
Do you know where? Have you
somewhere
followed
in the
him?
wilds. No, somewhere in the wilderness. Over towards the west side of the islands.
I think maybe we should go there and see what's
You think so? He's been bringing
going
stuff
on.
back, so I don't know. Should we do something with them? Like, what do you? I don't know what to do. She's kind of like visually stressing out now. She's been told that most of her party has been killed. You guys have had members that have died. These essences around the island, and now
I
that
can't
time
trust anybody.
yeah,
Did he mention like what kind of potions he was making?
I used the same potions you used
Wait a
last time
minute.
to help us with it.
Um, I don't know. Maybe to be safe, we should just keep an eye out on him, and if he offers anything, don't take it, and just watch him for now. Cause I don't know if it's him or not, or if it's just
Well,
the
do we
shadows. But
do we
the
tie him
shadows
up?
are.
What do we? Do we just leave him out? I don't know what to do. Why don't we ask somebody else? And she goes over and like nudges you, Orion.
Oh God.
She like shakes you awake.
What?
All right. Peaches, could you? All right. She kind of takes a step back and tries to let you take the reins of the conversation, Peaches.
I'm gonna go over and tell him.
Mhm.
Orion, are you coherent enough to understand
I'm never
things?
coherent. What?
I'm gonna tell him everything about the portal, about seeing Ego Chi-Chi,
Mm.
about the figure and going into Timon's room, and
Okay.
what I saw with the shadow figures. And then I'm gonna say, it was the same shadow figures that when we were going after Captain Furman
Mm-hmm.
into that room, and then they changed into these beings. It's the same. It looks like the same ones.
Okay, thinking back to that moment
Mhm.
and that figure on the top of the balcony.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, we didn't see him that well, but we did. Did we see a face that day?
You've never seen a face with that figure. They have the.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost like it's hollow.
Yeah.
They are almost more of the item, like the cloak that they're wearing,
Mhm.
than the actual person on the inside. You haven't not even any limbs. They just hover where they are. There's the sleeve holes, the armholes are just this energy just spewing from them.
Yeah. But
By
either way, they're here, and I don't think we're safe.
okay.
But they were in Timon's chamber, and those 3 map pieces that he gave the shadow figures were in his chest.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's a setup, or if he, actually might have something to do with it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I tried to get a read on it while I was in the room, but the shadow figures were in there, so I wasn't sure if I was getting it from them or getting it from Timon.
Wow.
But I told Dee, whatever we do, we should keep a watch out for him. And
Yep.
she says he goes to the west side of the
Mhm.
island to get some ingredients or whatever for his potions. But I don't know. Do you think we should like tie him up and keep watch on him, or
Well, no,
no?
no. First off, I'm gonna stood up by this point. D, keeping my voice low. You know your brother the best. Has he
Well,
been?
that half brother, but yeah.
Yes. Has he been acting strange at all? Other than
He's been
normal.
frantic and leaving every night. We've never really gotten along too well, but we don't hate each other. I just, I, I don't know what would be best. Because even if he is who he says you think he is, Peaches, he wouldn't just tell us.
But
No, I know.
is this not a
But
good thing?
what do you mean?
The figure gave was the figure that handed the map pieces. That was Ikochichi.
No.
Oh.
No, the dragon and
Oh.
Durak were there, and they all put in their map pieces, and the cloaked figure with the smoke is who it was. Ego Chi was the golden figure that I keep seeing that kept running away from me, and she's somewhere. She's somewhere, but I don't know where.
Well, right now, with that in mind, we have the upper hand. If Timon ends up being, whatever, which I'm not too worried about, even if he is, because I've had the sense that someone in the group was, spy, but did not expect Timon, kind of. He might also not be one. It's bad to make assumptions instantly. We have the upper hand, we have the map pieces, you have this information, use that to our advantage. We could try and talk him into, releasing that information, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like admitting?
Yes,
to
admitting.
It? Okay, well.
Yeah.
He's still sleeping right now. I don't know if
just don't let him leave.
you want to try to go back into his chamber and keep watch on him.
No.
Someone stand outside his chamber and make sure he doesn't go away.
I said just don't make sure he leaves this, bunker.
Is there only one way out of here, D?
There's multiple ways out, but the main way out is sealed off. The other ways are hundreds of feet of tunnel.
I don't know. I think maybe we should keep watch on him and just make sure he doesn't try to get out through a back way.
He's not stupid though, so I'm telling you, don't get worked up just yet. We may be wrong. There may be, some other thing going on here.
I feel like better safe than sorry, though.
Yeah, I understand.
If we lose him and he leaves through one of the tunnels, then...
But he has nothing.
That's it. I mean, he's been making these potions for how long? Who knows if they're done or not, or what they are. And,
well...
he could say he's using them for good, and it could be the complete opposite, and he's helping out the others, and not us. Because when I was in there, they did say that they had someone on the inside when I was in the portal. So maybe it is, maybe it is him.
Yeah,
maybe it is him, or
for the longest time
I don't
thought
know.
it was Captain Furman. Let's be honest here, weird, creepy old guy. But I'm now realizing I was probably wrong.
Well, didn't you say Darmos was acting weird too?
Yeah, he's just grumpy.
Well, yeah, Darmos is he just doesn't want to be here.
I think, if it isn't Timon, then okay, but maybe we should tie up Furman and Timon.
No.
Just for safety's sake. And, if it turns out not to be either of them, then fine.
Please, I'm just trying to de-escalate here. I don't want to have, we're already stressed to a point. Let's be safe.
I don't want to add any unnecessary tension if there doesn't have to be. But
exactly.
I also don't want to not take precautionary actions.
I think we should confront Timon when everyone is awake.
Okay. I'm going to pull up a chair and just sit and watch Timon's chamber.
Okay. Sounds good.
I mean, I'm awake now, so I guess I'll just stay up.
Okay. Cool. Well, all right. I haven't been able to sleep. I'm gonna go distract myself for a little bit. Let me know when he wakes up. And she goes over and heads back towards the kitchen. Timon's chamber has a like a drape covering the opening of the doorway. You're gonna keep that shut. Or you're gonna look in through it.
Straight open, just staring in.
Wait, like he doesn't have a door? It's
Nobody
just
has
a
doors in
curtain?
here. Yeah, there's just curtains and all the whole
He
entire
definitely heard
chamber.
that
Well-
conversation.
Yep.
Just like watch him sleep. Yeah, you know what? I'll crack it just enough so I could see him in the bed. But not like entirely open so that way he wakes up.
Gotcha. Yep. Cool. Sounds good.
He's a powerful
Um,
wizard, so I'm not messing around with him though.
With that, you all succeed a long rest.
Ooh.
Even you, Orion.
Yay.
D gains a point of exhaustion.
Oh, rip.
Yes.
Another one.
Another one.
Um,
Oh, he's fucked now, I'm
and-
telling you.
Who's fucked?
Diamond. Because, no, for the longest time, you could ask Logan this. For the longest time, I've had it narrowed down to Furman and Timon. I literally have, like a list of names of people, like, if they were to be spies, and it's down to those two. That's why I've been so,
Yep.
like, I did not expect Timon because I thought he was a little bitch for the longest time. No offense. He's a really cool character. I love him. But
Yeah,
I was like,
I gotcha.
I still don't know for sure, obviously, but I didn't think it was him. But now I'm
it's
like,
D.
I don't think so.
But yeah, you all eventually wake up to Peaches and Orion. Peaches is sitting on a chair staring in through Timon's chamber. The rest of you guys could wake up whenever you so desire. Fred, you wake up to the smell of waffles that are still on the countertop. They're not fresh, but you still smell them, and it's nice to smell the couple hundred waffles that you made. Yeah, easily. That's what he said he wanted to do, so that's what he was doing. But I mean, it took like 2 hours in game to have D like read through the books and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to you guys. So within that time, Fred was just cooking up a storm. But the rest of you guys are awake, and eventually you see Peaches. You see movement in Timon's bed, and he tosses and turns, and eventually sits up and slowly rubs his eyes, while Darmos is ting refills
Already,
the
damn.
chamber. Yep. He seems like he works to distract himself,
Yeah.
just trying to work himself to death or something. But Captain Furman enters throughout and grabs a waffle from the counter, Fred, and continues to munch away. Seems to be having a conversation with D. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Can I see Captain Furman?
Yep.
Can I make a perception check on him too?
What are you looking for?
To see if he's himself or if he, is imbued with magic or some type of different, like, if there's a spell on him or not.
Gotcha. Two different checks. So if you want to check for the spell, do Arcana. If you want to check to see if he looks like he did before, make a perception check.
I'm going to try and help Peaches in here by saying, I checked him earlier. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Did you check to see who he was or check for a spell?
I checked to see if he was, not him.
All right.
And
Well,
I'm
I'll do
fairly
a spell
certain.
check.
I'm fairly certain he's him.
Okay.
I got
From
a
this
9.
distance, yeah, that makes sense. Again, from this distance, the DC was a little bit higher because you weren't right up close to him. If you wanted to get a better look, you'd have to go have a one-on-one conversation, most likely.
I don't know,
but-
because I feel like I know Furman the best, so I could
100%.
determine if
100%.
he was him or not.
Seems like
I'm still
himself.
keeping an eye on Timon, but I'm
Okay.
just very aware of my surroundings right now. Also, like, trying to continue to sense if those shadow creatures are around.
You popping a divine sense?
Sure.
Boom.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I'm also, surveying.
Yeah, gotcha. Make a perception check.
If I think Peaches looks away.
You cast this Peaches, and you don't feel any creatures.
Mhm.
You do feel the energy that created these shadow feline creatures, like within all of the shadows around you. that's just swimming through it. It doesn't feel like a threat at the immediate moment, but
Uh-oh.
it feels like they're just there.
That's not good.
I thought you guys were just ignoring me because I was talking this whole time, but I was muted.
Sorry. I didn't even see you talking.
I didn't notice you talking either.
Damn.
What you got?
Well,
I figured out what the beeping was.
what was it?
Oh my god. I had this game on. And then when I scroll over these buttons, it beeps. But I have this over it, so when I scroll over here, I'm touching these buttons and it keeps beeping.
Oh, so what you're saying is it wasn't me.
Damn.
Dude, I thought someone was fucking with me. I was like, you all like got into a call or a chat or something before I was here, and you're like, we're gonna fuck with Brienne and beep. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Well,
It was driving me insane.
after you said Fred woke up and smelled waffles, I was saying I'm gonna walk over them, just start like rub my eyes so I wake up a little bit more and walk over and eat them.
Cool. Just start munching away. I like it.
Yeah. That's my breakfast.
Cool.
Fred.
I'll look over with waffles stuffed in my face.
Come
Right.
on, hit me. With a
Hit
waffle.
you.
With a waffle. Like,
Ah.
send one my way.
All right, I'll throw it like a frisbee. I don't know how far you are.
I don't think I'm too far.
No, you're good. Easy enough. Circles at the air, lands right in your hand, Orion. Stale. Crunchy, but in like a stale way.
I rolled a natural 20 for my perception check for 22.
Okay. Cool. Keep that in mind. Peaches, you do notice Timon sit up in his bed and start to get changed in his normal everyday wear and walk out towards the chamber, and he notices you just rubbing his eyes, doesn't think too much of it, and walks back over to the main kitchen area, and for a total of 22, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see as the shadows seem to move
Uh-huh.
and flow towards the kitchen area. They make sense to where they are. With the oil lanterns going, there's no like out of place shadows, but they have like a float to them.
Okay.
Very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to track, but with that roll, you'd be able to just barely pick that up, and the little details are, yeah, noticeable to you now.
Dude, this is fucked.
My divine sense didn't pick up anything.
Just the energy that's within the shadows themselves, no other creatures.
I'm gonna look at Orion.
I'll look at Peaches.
Mhm. Fireball.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I was singing the song by Pitbull.
Who's closest to me, Peaches or Orion?
Probably Orion. You just threw the waffle at
Sounds
him,
like
so
equidistance
Alright.
almost.
yeah.
I'm gonna move over towards him.
Mhm.
So I'm like right next to him. I'm like, what are you guys staring at each other for?
Just I don't know, like I'll whisper into his ear, be like, shit might go down.
Oh, what kind of shit?
Troublemaker
I'll
shit.
put my hand on a fist. Be ready. What's going on?
Possible spy.
What are we thinking it is?
Just hold on. You'll know.
Okay. I'll back up a little bit.
Is Carl around?
He's been here the whole time, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm awake.
I don't know. If you're in eyesight, I feel like you would know the look by now. I'm gonna shoot you the
If
look.
you're giving me the look. Sure. It's not a bad idea. I'm getting a weird whisper in my ear that I should try and cast message and try and speak to Orion telepathically.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do so, and just say, "Hello, gay boy.
Hello.
Is there something in your head?"
And to you, back. Possible spy. Timon might need assistance.
Okay, I'll respond, and just say, "Do you think he's cute?"
Eh. I've seen worse.
So, if he's a spy,
Just keep
do you think
casting
he's
message.
if he's not
Yep.
cute?
There's one
we
more cast
kill.
left.
Wait, what? It's
No more
not
casts
wasted.
left. Yeah, completely wasted.
No, it's not wasted. That's funny. Alright. Corpus Corp. I don't think he'd know even if I told him, so I'm not even gonna worry about
No,
Corp.
I'm just standing there like confused and why everyone's staying silent and staring at each other really.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like,
I'll,
do I have something on my face?
I'll go back up to Orion and be like, bro, what is going on? Now you're staring at Carl? What?
Just hold on.
I don't like to hold on.
Just trust Peaches.
He starts
What was
walking
that?
around with some different pastries and more drinks. So make yourself comfortable. I got some breakfast for you.
Food?
Who?
Do
Who's
you not
who's
see
giving
all
us
these-
pastries?
D.
Ah, okay.
Let me
that's-
get this straight. You made breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'll turn and look at the pile of waffles I have right here.
Well, I have some protein. I used some fish from Captain Furman.
Fish for
That-
breakfast.
Maybe
Mm.
well, there's nothing else we could eat
There's
here.
this right here.
I have a really good idea,
I'm
actually.
just gonna like shove past Fred. I'm gonna like push him out of the way and go grab some food.
Cool. Sounds good. Make
Okay.
some fish waffles.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a
I'm gonna do that.
precaution.
I'm gonna grab 2 waffles and I'm
Uh-huh.
just gonna like angrily, I'm gonna hold them in my hand. I'm gonna angrily grab a fish and just and then grab the other waffle.
As you do that, like the fish eyes kind of pop off of it, and as it squirts out.
And then I'm just gonna subtly walk back, like eating this waffle fish sandwich.
It's
Fred
really
doesn't like
good.
this at all.
The waffles are decent, but like the crunch of the waffles with the texture of the fish kind of work together. The fish is cooked well, seasoned how spice works, and tastes like food.
Out of precaution, I'm gonna eat one of Fred's waffles, even though I don't want one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Fred doesn't like any of this fish mixed with waffle shit.
And then I'm gonna go, this fish is really good. The
No.
whatever these things are on top need a tad bit more salt.
I'm.
So
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
we'll have to let him know. Anyway, help yourselves. We have a conversation now.
Yes. I'm sitting at
Oh.
the table with Peaches. Or she has the
Okay.
chair. I imagine there's a table. I said I imagine there's a table. I don't know if there actually was.
There's a like the planning table. That's
yeah,
basically
so-
where everything else
I'll be
happens.
sitting at that table.
Mhm.
Timon.
Mhm.
Where's his
Sorry.
location right now?
His location. He is in the kitchen, like
Right.
kitchen area, getting like waffles and stuff, getting
Right.
some breakfast made.
Timon, if you could come in here when you have a second. There's something I want to go over with the group, and you're part of it.
Oh yeah. I'll head on in. He walks over, and Captain Furman also grabs a waffle and walks over. Darmos
This
is
gonna be
ting
smart.
ting.
Darmos, do your thing. So
They walk over, grab a seat.
When Timon walks over, do I notice the shadows move too?
You didn't notice the shadows moving.
Oh.
You knew that the energy was within the shadow itself and all over, not in a specific area. So you have no idea.
Okay.
Okay. So, as everyone gets around and sits down, I make sure Timon's sitting as well. As everyone's coming in, I'm gonna just start rambling on. I think it's time we plan something accordingly. I just want to make sure that everyone here, is, ready to take action and that we all just, gain some trust. And as I say the word trust, I make underneath the table, I'm moving my hand in like a circular motion.
Move in your hand.
In a circular motion, and I'm creating
Truth.
the zone of truth around us.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
But
Make a sleight of hand check.
that's okay. The only thing is, yeah. So you know the spell criteria.
Yep.
It just sucks that it's aware, but all right.
So is it just like an area that like makes everyone tell the truth?
Technically, yes. It's a cool spell because it has a lot of like parameters or like different like things you could do, but 11.
Okay.
It's not bad. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing that underneath the table, and then like I said, like to my eyes, I don't know if it's something they can see. At least for my, like when I cast a spell and it's like this, I imagine I can see the aura. I don't know if they can. It doesn't have any specifics on that. If there's like a visible aura, it just says like in the effects range. So for me at least, I imagine like I said, there's like a thin white like circular line around the range of it, centered on me, sure. Or I don't know if I could center it on the table. That would be cool. Can I do that? Yeah.
Going off of how it's worded, it is visible,
Oh, okay.
and creatures will know
Yeah.
that the area has conjured.
Yeah.
Might know that who conjured it.
Oh yeah. I mean. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. There's a thin white line like around the table, and then there's like little like if you were to look really really closely, there's like little tiny like white speckles. Like slowly, I mean they float a little bit and they dissipate, like maybe like a couple inches off the ground. It's not large. Yeah. So I cast that, and just want to make sure, as I say, like we all form a feeling of trust. And yeah, I'll see. I mean, I'll just let it keep it open after that.
Okay, sounds good. That's charisma saves on everybody.
That is charisma save on everybody. Yes.
So anybody who's sitting at the table, including you.
Yeah.
And the caster, I don't think would be, but
I'll
including
do
all
it.
of your friends.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 13. And we
13?
all get.
I'm gonna give everybody a
Yeah,
+3
yeah.
except for everyone, like except for
Well, I
Timon,
guess that's true.
Furman, D, and Fred.
Can you?
Could you choose the allies?
I don't
looking
know,
at that right now.
actually.
Hold on.
Wait, do I get
grant
+3 or not?
all friendly creatures, including you.
Right.
I
All-
don't think the other people are friendly though. Does that count?
After what
Nope,
just happened
they
with
aren't. They don't
suspicions?
pose a threat to you.
What
They
about me?
haven't proven themselves in any other way but friendly.
I think Timon has proved himself unworthy of friendship.
I'm not friends
You-
with Timon.
At least
Yeah.
for Peaches. I probably.
I
I'm
think
con-
I think he's a threat. I saw those shadow
You know
creatures.
what?
I saw
I
the
could-
map
okay.
pieces.
I'll allow that.
However,
So Timon then.
uh,
Timon doesn't get your plus, whatever.
Whatever.
Everybody else does though. Yep.
Oh, so that's a +3 too.
You'd
On
get
top of what you already
plus-
have,
You'd get
yeah.
+5 from me as well. Well, I have +2, and Peach does +3 to everybody. I have +2 to everybody.
And I have to roll a what to not get
Charisma.
affected, or charisma what? Yeah, well, what's the DC?
13.
Well, I already have a +5 in charisma
So you
saving.
have +10.
I have +10. I
Yeah.
need to roll a 3.
Funny enough, I have a +12. So even if I roll a 1.
I rolled a
Damn.
15.
Okay,
And
I
that's-
think I'm good.
I also rolled a 15.
Aiden, do I get? You said I get more from you.
You would get 3 from Peaches and 2 from me. Like plus, so you'd have +5 from the two of us.
So I rolled a 25 then.
Yeah.
So with
27.
all of that, I got a 23.
Bet.
You have a +12?
No, I have a +7 to my charisma.
I have a
Wow.
+9.
Yeah.
I have
So
a +6.
so altogether, I have a +12 on charisma. If both
Damn.
Peaches and I are, around.
Yep. So I have a +9, and then with Orion's +5.
Well, no.
Or
I only,
+2.
Yeah, I have a +2. I want to make that clear.
I have a +11,
Bet.
I think I've
and I
already
rolled
succeeded.
a 17.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, with your 3 and Aiden's 2.
That's the only thing.
And mine, I had a +10
I wish
without
it-
rolling.
I really wish it wasn't a save, if I'm being honest. For a +2 for
What'd you get?
second level spell slot. I know it's only second level, but paladins aren't spellcasters. I wish it would actually like work.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard when it doesn't. You can't scale it right now because you only have
Oh,
second
wait.
level spell slots.
Okay, wait. But I also want to. I don't know if this would affect anything. So it's when they are in the area for the first time on a turn or start their turn. I don't know how you want to do that
Yep.
in a normal role playing setting, but just keep that in mind. Hopefully that
Yep.
helps. I'm trying
Turn
to.
for 6 seconds.
I'm pulling every straw I can.
Gotcha.
All right, I'd like to cast Pulse Bomb.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, but yes, and I'll see after doing all that and saying my words, see if anyone like has a reaction or whatever. So
Okay. Those affected by the spell, what physical abnormality do they obtain? Some sort of like divine light showing, some rune on there, whatever. Because you know if they failed the save and if
yeah.
they succeeded.
I think if there's a lie, the aura will like or like the circle. It has like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Circle. I don't know, it's on Netflix, but it's like you know how like it has like the like when like someone like gets voted out or something.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like when someone tells a lie, that like one of like a piece of the ring around us like points at that thing. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, if they succeeded, you
Yeah.
have no connection to them. But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they fail, they can't tell a lie.
Yes, they can try and answer truthfully to an
Yeah.
extent. It's
Right.
I don't know,
But
it's kinda a
you
shitty
wouldn't be
spell.
able to pick up a lie though. You can only see the truth. So like you would know who has to tell the truth or not. So like if Fred failed
Oh wait,
and he had a 12.
yeah, on a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the
Yeah.
radius. And I know
Okay,
whether
so I'm
each
fucked.
creature succeeds or fails on its. Oh, I know. Wait. On a
Yeah, you
failed
know if
save,
it failed or saved.
creature can't speak a deliberate lie. You can know whether each creature succeeds or fails. Oh.
Yeah. So do you want them to have like a rune on their whatever up
Yeah.
here? And... Okay.
I think. I don't know. Yeah. How about we do that? Like. We'll just do something like they'll have like a little light mark like above them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Like
Like
it's
a-
just like it's like a
It's
small.
carved on their forehead in
it's
blood.
Like, it's like this thin, but it's like a little
Uh-huh.
white light. It's like ding, like a Sims character, but like.
Okay.
Yeah, light.
Gotcha. I'll roll now. Starting with D. DC 13.
Yes.
D fails.
It's okay. I wasn't worried. About it.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Um,
you should have rolled that for Diamond. Come on,
I know.
brother.
Who's next? What do you want me to roll for next?
Roll for Furman.
Okay. Furman. That's a success.
Okay.
Oops. And then time in.
Low money,
Uh-oh.
low money, low money.
Is he getting your aura, Ryan?
Yeah, I think. I
Which is
mean,
the plus what?
I'm suspicious of him.
But he hasn't proven himself
Yeah, to me,
as a threat.
I trust
Yeah.
Peaches, but I don't know. He gets +2.
Okay.
If he's within 10
Plus
feet.
2.
I think the table's pretty big.
Okay.
He's pretty far away from me in 10 feet if he's across.
Yep. He also had a 12 total with that
Damn
+2. So Timon and D both have the rune or whatever you deem necessary over making themselves known.
So it's just D. Technically. Everyone else.
Is it only questions Orion asks they have to tell the truth to, or is it anybody?
It's
It's a zone of
anybody.
truth.
No, wait. I thought you said Timon failed.
Timon failed too.
Oh, I thought you said he
Yeah,
got
so did
12.
D.
Oh, with my
He did
bonus.
get a 12 with your bonus.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was without my bonus. Oh.
Yeah, I
No.
got confused there.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did Aiden say damn it?
Okay, I thought he rolled a 12. I thought you rolled a 12
No,
for him.
I rolled
a
a 3.
14. Oh.
No.
Yay. Okay. Cool. They are aware.
Yep.
But
Every creature's aware,
yeah.
even if they
Does
failed the,
anybody
even if they passed it.
react or anything, like they know. So
Are you looking for anything specific?
I mean, I guess just like an overall, like see if they're like freak out or not.
Just the general
Yeah, just see
overall?
I'm looking to see if anyone not even gets like
Like
anxious,
uneasiness?
but like if it bothers them. It's so I can reassure them. But what's up, Nick?
So being that I passed, like, what would my character feel, being that I am aware?
You would just like be like, oh,
Is it a feeling? Is it like?
it's really just it's not a feeling. It's
It's-
just genuinely like, you know.
You were, yes, and with you passing it, you feel like a mental block was
Yeah.
starting to,
Mhm.
like, build itself up in your brain, and not understanding exactly what this is, you shook it off, and you're uncertain as to what the effect is. But this block would have
Man.
restricted you from telling a lie.
Man, what did you put in these waffles, man?
There's some syrup.
You put syrup
D.
as you made it?
Yeah, they're cream filled waffles. I'm testing them out.
Detox out. So, are we gonna get to discussing then?
Yes. So, plan. I look at like Peaches and Fred and everyone. I'm like looking for like something, because they all know about the spell now. So it's like, at least I think they do. And I'm looking for like something to say, or like a way to talk without, because Orion's not the brightest when it comes to conversation.
Oh, I missed the wet dream scent. Fred will just be looking off. I'll just
Great, there's my
miss
help.
the wet dream scent.
Um,
Even though the spell's not affecting him.
so right, we know that we have our one map piece and we have this other map. Are we aware of the? Do we know the whereabouts of the other pieces?
I haven't seen them. We've kind of tasked you guys to go out and look for them. The only ones I saw was the one on the one back in Bass Fall.
Mhm.
I mean, I've seen multiple in my days, but more recently, it's the only one that we've had.
Mhm. I look around the room again. Has anyone seen them? Furman, Timon, have you seen the map pieces at all?
Berman calls out. I don't really know what you're talking about.
Oh.
The only map I saw was the one on the table.
Yes.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
That's a smart move. Please be good.
Red don't fall.
Oh, wait, this is a fun conversation now.
I got a 9.
Alright.
It's hard to read. And Timon speaks up. I've seen the ones that you've had.
Alright.
Last time we talked, there was y'all had 2 of them then?
I think so. It was. We had the 2 from the briefcases.
I think-
And one. I thought one was
Yeah.
a copy though.
I think I saw you 2 of them.
Yes. I know. Yeah, we only have one. I'm still I'm like, I'm trying to stay low key, but I need the help here.
Mhm.
I don't really know what to ask.
Has anybody ever seen a dragon?
Well, oh,
He speaks up. I haven't seen a dragon. It's just the one described in the book and the one you talked to me about.
Hmm.
Timon just shakes his head. Captain Furman's like, it's just confused.
that's a good question.
And you still hear the ting, ting, echoing throughout the chamber as Darmos hits it. It's kind of adding like an unnecessarily amount of tension.
Yeah.
Sounds like a ticking of a clock
Yeah.
during like a school test or something like that when you're crunching the nut like last minute.
I was like,
decisions on
wait,
it.
I'm not watching your stream. Is there an hourglass up there? Or
No.
something?
Not yet.
No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Fred will be just like looking at them and like intently. This is gonna be a waffle mug filled with syrup.
Nice.
Mm.
Oh, disgusting. Warm ass.
He takes a bite of the waffle. You know, I expected these to taste a little better, but
Right?
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. She kind of shuts up and puts the waffle down. Not sure why she's talking the way she is.
I'll just blast.
All right.
Have another
You want to?
regard-
She'd fuck you up.
I definitely would.
regarding
please.
this plan that you guys are doing, Tommen, what potions are you
That
making?
was my question. Let's go.
The potions are resistance potions for fighting the shadows.
What do you mean resistance? Like,
Like they all you won't hurt as much if you get hit by them. That's what
Mm.
that's what we made when Ego Chichi was here for the rest of the town, rest of the island even. They're in the back. You could have one if you want right now. It'd be a waste, but I also, how long is this gonna take? I have to go get some more crop to keep growing the
Yes,
potions.
Only a couple
What?
more minutes.
Why do you seem so nervous?
Oh God.
I'm always nervous.
True.
Mm. I see.
I'm gonna.
He looks over
So
at the like a kid in like a some sort of family event that he doesn't want to be there.
I'm gonna look.
Tommen, or anybody, honestly.
Yeah, don't say
These
no about it.
shadow creatures and whatnot. Have you guys ever come into contact with them?
Detox. Yeah, I have a couple times. I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but I am now. I guess Ego Chichi and I fended some off when she put this unleashed the fog in the sky, and I was helping her fend them off so she could complete the ritual.
Anybody
Captain Furman
else?
calls out. I really, what are we talking about here?
The shadow figures.
Mm-hmm.
The
Uh-huh.
darkness. Have you ever seen them or come into contact with them?
Well,
There's shadows around my port.
Um. Okay, can I make an insight check on him?
Go for it.
I also have another question for him too. It's
what
it's
is-
time and Ferment. I mean, it could be Darmos, but he's just a little bum too.
You hear the ting,
Yeah,
ting.
I think he's just a sad man.
15.
He's hard to read. He's rolling well. He's hard to
Yeah.
read. I mean, he seems to. I'll give you this. He's not lying. There are shadows around the island. He genuinely seems to be confused. And because of his confusion is kind of, it's not leaning towards a certain direction to alter your decision on how to talk to him. I'll word it like that. Nothing's standing out like a sore thumb.
So, I'm sorry. Let me get something straight, Captain Furman. You know, you've always been helpful, and you know, you're the reason I'm here. So, I was just wondering, you know, with this group and what's going on, what is your, and this isn't coming off as disrespectful, I hope, but I just want to know your place in all this.
Well, I deliver the fish. I'm just here. It's better than being alone at the port.
Is
That's what I did when Ego Chichi was here. I got the fish, got the catch, kept us all fed, and they needed me. Nothing else to do. Nobody comes to my shop anymore. My best worker left and hasn't returned. Hey, Peaches. And I just, yeah,
how is
had to
Fabian?
leave. Fabian?
Fabian.
He's good. He's back at the port. I left him back in his quarters.
Where are his quarters?
Within mine. He has a little
Is that
separate chamber than
Is
that.
that the main building, like on the hut, or the one off to the side next to the stable area?
The one over the shop.
Did we check that one?
We did. I mean, Carl and
No, you didn't.
Fred. They went in there,
No.
but they didn't check.
They didn't go in there. You guys didn't enter the shop. You went into Captain Furman's quarters.
Oh.
There's two separate structures.
Yeah.
Captain Furman has a living quarters in there, separate structure for that.
Oh.
The shop itself was over the dock, and on top of the dock
Yeah.
is like a.
That's what we got.
I mean, yeah, that's where you saw
Miscommunicated.
Fabian the first time.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Fabian has a room in the same structure as Captain Furman,
Yeah.
but every single time you saw Fabian, he was up in the top. Like
Well,
that's his
why
like
would-
hangout space.
Why would you leave him there and not bring him with you here when you knew that the darkness was coming?
I just was told they needed fish. I don't take him on my journeys.
Well,
Whenever I
still
go out
waiting.
on excursions, it's safer for him to stay back because he's home.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Not really believing him, but I'm still waiting for Timon's answer about the shadow figures if he's seen them.
He just shook his head.
yeah, he shook his
Like
head.
no.
Yeah, he shook his head no.
Cause
Timon, have you seen the figures? Can you answer for me, like with words?
He just continues to shake his head.
my thing
Oh.
is too. I wonder if, like, the thing with Timon is he's like under control and doesn't know, because it'd still be telling the truth if he's under like a control of some kind. But I
But
also.
why isn't he answering with words?
It's true. It's answering questions. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know if that.
He can't lie.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's verbal or
Yeah.
physical
Yeah.
or in general. I don't know. I don't know the parameters of the spell. It says tell. Timon, if you don't cooperate with us, we have no choice but to assume you're not telling the truth.
I just make the potions.
I understand. Can you answer Peach's question, please? With words, please.
You can see him trying to fight something and hold it back.
Alright. Are you okay?
Yeah, I should go though. I need to get the crop.
Mm-hmm.
He starts to stand up. Hey, could you open the door? He looks at you, Orion. You're shaking your head at her. I maybe not now, Timon. Let's finish up some questions. You see her starting to move her hands, trying to some sort of you would be familiar with this, Orion and Peaches, some sort of movements directed towards a protection spell, aimed towards herself.
Did he leave the radius yet?
No.
Okay. Timon, I also want to make you aware, same rules apply if you leave the table.
I
I
don't know why
understand.
I'm getting questioned.
I understand. We are again. We've lost so many people. We want to make sure that we have the people around that we can trust. And you're making yourself very
you can trust me.
You are making it very hard to do that.
But you could. I have potions in there, and he starts to walk over towards his chamber.
Stay here. Stay here, please.
I need to prove to you I have them. He starts to walk outside the radius. What are you doing?
Cast command.
Thank
Halt.
you. Been waiting.
Okay. What's the check?
14.
What kind of save though?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save?
He would no longer get the bonuses, correct?
Not with you walking away.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not with your.
He is a
That's an
spellcaster,
11.
which scares me. Oh, okay.
He is, but he rolled like
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
an 11.
Whoosh.
Yeah, he stops in his track.
I'm gonna get
I'm
up.
gonna Yeah, go over to him and tie him up.
Oh my gosh.
I
You
don't give
going
a fuck.
I was just
Uh,
gonna make sure he didn't leave.
Okay. Time up with the rope.
Feel like I need something stronger.
I feel like good cop, bad cop.
Um,
It just is 1000% the bad cop.
yeah,
I'm trying to get him to
What does this sound like?
just talk to us.
That works.
Dangerous encounter.
I'm
Not
gonna knock
copyright.
him over the head with my crowbar.
Oh, okay.
You going
No,
to?
I'm-
No. You
That
have a
crowbar that
no.
doesn't exist in
Yeah,
this
so
world,
you
but you
have a
have it somehow?
crowbar?
Yeah.
No, that probably exists somewhere. It fell from the sky, from the gods.
Yeah.
I like it.
No.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm gonna call. Orion, hand me that rope.
Rope. Do, 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 do.
He stands up, and she finished casting the ritual, and you can see a illusory piece of armor go over the top of her. Captain Furman kind of like, he seems uncomfortable,
Mhm.
and he kind of stands up as time was walking away. Captain Furman's like right there in the corner, and he kind of steps back and
Captain Furman.
steps behind Peaches,
Same rules apply to you.
or behind D. I mean, yeah. I just gonna hang out over here though.
Just stay close.
And then I'm gonna
Okay.
hog tie
Timon.
Timon, like
Okay.
hands and feet together.
My zone of truth is only
Okay.
10 minutes too, so
Sounds good.
I could just cast it
It's
again
been
if I
like-
don't want to.
That's true. It's also only been like 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. It's a
Yeah.
quick span of conversations.
Yep. After I tie him, I'm going to take out my. I'm going to make sure the gem that I have is in a safe location on me.
Where do you
Because
wanna
I
put
know
it?
my satchel's broken.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Up,
pocket,
your butt.
like, up my ass. No,
It pulls through your body. All of your organs get poured apart
Yeah.
towards the. Yep, you're done.
That's crazy.
That might be what happens.
This is
You
an
never know.
exit only.
Yeah.
I don't know, do I have any, like, pockets on my, clothing? I would assume
Oh, yeah.
so.
How long does command last?
It's pretty good.
It just says,
Is it concentration? Or is it-
no, it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a verbal.
It just
instance.
says
Oh.
wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The target doesn't move and takes no action or bonus action on its turn.
Oh, so it's
So I
one
Right,
guess
on
it
its
lasts
turn.
like
So,
one round.
couple seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is just enough time to, for you to have his wrists and legs tied up. And
Okay.
he begins to slightly pull away, but because that 6-second interval, you manage to hog tie him successfully. And he's on the ground. He's like,
Sick.
he's very uncomfortable. He's not like actively trying to fight to get out, but he's like, his eyes are big. He could feel his anxiety start to tension up.
Oh god, this is not how I wanted this to go at all.
Yeah, so then I'm gonna find like a decent pocket in like somewhere on my clothing or my armor that is like good to hold the gem and like I know that it wouldn't like fall out or anything.
You hear the ting.
Yeah, where's
Ting.
Darmos? Someone get Darmos!
No, he's fine.
It sounds like a ticking clock as every second
Yeah.
passes. The amount of tension tightens with each hit.
Fred,
I'm just
go
gonna-
get Darmos.
How far is he?
You could see him. He's like probably
Sure,
like
he could-
I don't know, 40 or 50 feet. He's looking up at you guys, but he's
Yeah.
still hitting away.
I'm gonna look at him.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have my eyes flare up with like the red eldritch whatever, and be like,
Uh-huh.
"Do you mind?"
Make an intimidation check.
Hell yeah. 4. Calling it.
12.
3.
Oh, it's
Be
a
like a
4.
7.
No, it's 16 plus 6.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
22.
22.
You see him ding, just radiate through the chamber once more, and he like puts his hands up, like to like, all right, kind of like relax, and he does end up walking towards you guys.
Okay, I'm now gonna pull out my scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it, and I'm going to go over to Timon's room or wherever the potions are or whatever, and like open the curtains.
Okay. You step over him,
Okay.
and he is, yeah, you walk right over him. You open the door itself, and you can see some 2 or 3 finished vials of potions on the table, as well as his chamber is larger. As you walked in, you can notice that there's another opening towards the left side, and that opens into a smaller, like, large closet of production for potions, some storage, other like beaker-like elements, and things for creating some arcane potions.
Do I notice the shadow figures in there, or like a cloak?
Oh, good.
You don't see a cloak. You don't see shadow figures. You can make a perception check if you'd like to, but off first glance, there's nothing.
No, I rolled a natural 1 for 2.
Cool. You don't even
Wow.
see the shadow. No, the shadows, they don't seem to move. Nothing out of the ordinary in the room.
Mm. Okay, I'll walk back out and walk over to like the room everybody's in.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything in there, but we definitely should have our guard up.
I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth, as he's saying with his hands behind his back.
Your movements speak lies.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it sure seems like you're telling the truth, and then I'm gonna go over to Orion. I'm gonna be like, what are we doing right now?
Not friend at the moment. As I point to Timon. But hold
Can
on.
we intimidate him?
Cool.
Okay,
7 minutes have gone by.
yeah, do so without hurting him.
Okay. What are we trying to get info from him?
Just him to admit something without using his body language.
At
Are
this
the-
point, Darmos has joined the conversation and is like on the opposite side of the table, like on the side of the wall where the doors are opened, and he just kind of leans against it, just shaking his head.
I'm gonna take the like quarter left of the waffle I have, because I took it off to finish the fish.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go up and just like slap him in the face with the
There it is.
waffle. And be like, tell us.
Make an intimidation check
Please.
Awesome. I have +8 on that.
with disadvantage
Really?
because it's
I
a
also
waffle.
want. Oh my
Fuck.
gosh.
All right, 16.
That's good.
With disadvantage.
Wait, with disadvantage. All right, let me roll a second time here. 17 plus 8. So, yeah, go with
So
16.
16 with the first one.
Yeah.
Cool. That's still really good. It's only a disadvantage because it's a waffle. What do you do?
Sturdy ass
How do you try
do you do
intimidating
it?
with it? Yeah. He's dead.
He died.
You
from
won,
waffle.
guys. Congratulations.
No, we don't want to kill Timon.
End the campaign.
Yep.
No, it's just with how ugly my face is, and I'm like this close to him, and with the saliva spitting in him, like when I yelled at him, I like slapped him and got right up in there, and it's
Cool.
just very scary and ugly.
Cool. I'm telling the truth. I don't know what to say. The potions are in there. I go every day out and get supplies, and
This motherfucker's stalling.
Do you
I
know
don't-
the shadow figures?
8 minutes have gone by. He just keeps shaking his head.
Oh my god, I'm
Okay,
gonna
do
kill
I
him.
notice them? Do I notice them still in the kitchen?
What's that?
The shadows?
There's shadows all over, and we'll
Are
use
there
your divine sense
shadows-
still up, and you can still feel this energy, and it's starting to intensify as this conversation is going on.
Are there shadows near Timon?
Yeah.
Has that truth thing worn off for him?
Nope.
Oh. But he's not answering verbally. He's like refusing to answer verbally. Timon, you can trust us. If there's something wrong, we can help you.
There's nothing wrong.
But why are you not answering with words?
He wants to speak, but he can't. A lie was about to be formed, it
Spell.
seems, but with the thing up, he's...
Orion,
Yes.
what if it's a spell? Somebody put a spell on him and he can't say
Yes,
it?
I understand that, but he could tell us in other ways, but he's choosing not to. Timon, explain to us what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. He steps forward. Do you really leave every day? Go to the wilderness? To care for your crops? Simon shakes his head. Yes.
Is there something out there that you don't want us to see?
Simon shakes his head. Yes.
Is something controlling you?
No.
What's out there that you don't want us to see?
He's just quiet, and he tries to turn to sit up instead of laying on his chest. I just have to go. I have to go.
Timon, I'm telling you, if you're working with them, they're going to kill you.
He's not gonna kill me.
Who's he?
He's not gonna kill me.
D?
You wouldn't kill me, D. Dias is like, no, I wouldn't, Simon. But whose side are you on? And Simon's like, I'm on your side. I just,
Perfect.
I don't know what to do. Why am I tied up?
D,
She looks at you.
what's your side?
What side?
What side are you on?
Is it? I'm for Ego Chichi.
Alright, fair enough. I had to check.
D couldn't lie either, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, she also still has the light bulb over her head. Whatever Orion
Furman.
wants. Yeah.
Be honest.
He says this as he's like peeking out from behind D. D has her hands up to try to like
Are you with
protect
us?
anybody and everybody. Yeah. I'm here right now, aren't I?
Damos?
Hmm.
You with us?
Nods his head. Yeah.
I trust you.
Gorp, are you with us?
No, we only have like a minute left, and time is being so fucking chased. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm satisfied. He's lying about something, and whether he knows about it or not, it's not good.
I'm gonna go back into the potion room.
Mm-hmm.
And this time actually enter it.
Okay.
That side room.
Ooh.
Where all
Sounds
the
good.
ingredients and stuff are.
Okay. You enter in and you see some elements, material, and crop that you have never seen before. And it is kept within a like a wooden crate, so you could just barely see like within it. The crate is like half opened. If they're looking for anything specific, you can make an investigation check. But other than that, like you just haven't seen anything like that before. It immediately catches your eye.
Can I make another divine sense check?
We'll say that that's still up. You don't
Okay.
feel any other presence except for the shadows that are continuing to move within the chamber. And they are intensifying in that main room. The longer and longer Timon is held.
Okay, can I take the wooden crate out?
Mhm.
Like pick it up and take it into the room?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go back into the room and
Were you looking for anything, or are you just gonna take the crate?
yeah, I'm looking for anything that like might be like out of the ordinary, like something like I don't know. Like you said, like something that I haven't seen before, something that like seems, like it would be, more important, I guess. Like I know like surface level it's all like the potions and ingredients and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm looking for like, something like out of the ordinary, something like specific, like a ruin or like an object or
Gotcha.
an item, something like
Yeah.
that.
Make an investigation check. So on the table itself, there's different like beakers. There's different like Bunsen burner like items, but
Yeah.
fancy arcane stuff. Just different
Like
ways to
I
heat
know
up the
what that
beaker.
is. Yeah. Something
Um,
that like
yeah, and there's piles of papers as well as other like native flowers and stuff like that. But what'd you roll for investigation?
I rolled a 19 and I have +2. So
Sweet.
21.
As you lift up the box, there is on the floor a piece of paper written in the same language as you saw the book that you brought from Burr's Dungeon in Shadowcant.
Okay, I'm gonna take that piece of paper.
Mhm.
And still carrying the wooden box. I'm not gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna hold on to it too. I'm gonna run out into the chamber where everyone is
Mhm.
and go to D and be like, D, you could read Shadowcant, right?
I can't anymore. I could recast it though.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to her, unfold the papers, and like still hold it like up to her and be like, what does this say?
Well, all right, give me a second. And she like motions her hands and casts tongues on herself once more. She begins to read it through. It seems like it's some sort of concoction, like a mixture, like an ingredient list for the potion.
What's in it?
Whoop.
Is there a
Uh,
name for the potion? What does it say?
That's not in a language I could speak. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation on that if I try to say it. It's not in common, that's for sure. But there's native ingredients here, and there's also ingredients. This one says has to be grown under certain circumstances.
Peaches.
Simon, what are you doing? Simon
What
just
is
stays
this
quiet.
potion for?
Peaches. Make him drink one.
What? I'll run back into the room. I'll grab a potion. Do they all look the same?
Make an Arcana check. At first glance, if you just want to take a quick look, yes.
Okay. +2. Yeah, I got an 8, so
Good
10.
fucking luck, Timon. You
Okay.
pissed me off.
Some of them look more less opaque than the others. Some look more thick, and those ones, just from your time working with Arcana, they might be more complete than the others. The other ones seem like they might be missing ingredients, but you're uncertain if that's the real
But
case.
he said what they were when he was affected by the truth thing, so I'm not too worried about what they are. However,
Oh, while I'm in
Not
here, is
sponsored.
there anything
This is my
else out of
moment.
the
Yeah!
out of the ordinary?
I love it.
I like it.
What's
I've
up?
been waiting
there
so
anything
fucking
else
long.
out of the ordinary while I was in here? Anything like on a shelf or anything like?
There's no shelves. It's just like a table inside some larger closet. There's other notes written in common, just like simple arcane mixtures and ways to like introduce certain elements to potions. One to introduce them so you don't explode, and then others one to introduce them to get the most like effectiveness out of it.
Okay.
That's just off at first glance. You don't see anything out of the ordinary other than the Shadowcant page that you found before.
As I leave out of the potion room again, can I take one last look in his like bedroom, whatever?
Mhm.
Do I notice
He has
anything in there?
There's a bed. There's a stone chamber, stone floor, stone wall, stone ceiling. There's a bed in the center. There's a accent table where he has a oil lantern that is not lit, as well as a mug. And the chest that's in front of the bed itself is where you found the gold or the map pieces.
In the mug, is there anything in it?
Looks like water.
Okay. All right. Yeah. On my way out, I would have grabbed the ones that look more opaque.
Okay.
And brought it out to the big room with me.
Okay. Sounds good. Timon calls out. I got that page from Ego Chi-Chi. She taught me a little shadow can't. That's how you make the potions.
And-
You have like 30 seconds left for your Son of Truth, Orion.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to him, hold up the potion, and be like, "What is this potion for?"
It's gonna help you.
Help
Orion.
who?
That's the most vague answer ever.
Help who?
Specifically, what does it do?
If I drink this, what will happen?
You won't get as hurt.
Alright. Fair enough. He said it was
Will
a
you drink it?
resistance.
I don't want to drink it right now. It's not completed yet.
True.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. The ritual drops.
Timon, why are you so difficult?
I don't want to. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing here.
What do I
Okay.
do
I need to
here?
go get the more ingredients. You finish these
can we do-
potions.
Can we go with you?
It's not safe.
Timon! What are you doing?
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna untie him.
Okay. As you go over and start to approach him, you see the shadows from within the corners of the rooms shift forward and almost move like a liquid in front of Timon and form these two cat-like creatures that stand there and start to growl towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance
Mhm.
onto the shadow creatures. They have to make a
Ooh.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Con save.
Not sponsored.
First one is a 15,
That
and
passes.
the next one is higher. It's a 23.
Okay, well they
Shit.
both pass.
You can see them kind of like twitch it off. They're not in a. They're more in a defensive position, less than an attacking position.
Okay.
D kind of steps forward, and Darmos is like kind of concerned for a split second, and he heads back over towards the station, walking towards one of the weapons that he has just holstered on the side of the wall.
Go for it, buddy. If he tries to fight us, I mean, it's all of us against him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
He'll prove his trustworthiness.
I'm gonna take my scimitar.
Look,
And I'm
Wait
gonna-
a minute.
I'm gonna try to cut the rope with it, so I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
actually like reach my hand into it, but try to like use my like blade to.
These
chop
creatures
through.
are in between you and Timon.
Mm.
Oh, so I
They're
can't.
not
even
letting
get
you
to
touch
him.
them. No.
Okay, well, then yeah, I'll back up.
Okay. Sounds good. You back up and they match your steps and pace you. The one stays back by time and the other one's following you, Peaches. And behind, where are you standing, Fred?
Probably
Closer to the
more
kitchen, I'm
Orion.
assuming. Right? And closer to the kitchen? So like, you're
Yeah.
like, you could be near Orion and then close, because you were just talking about waffles the whole time, so that's
Dude,
the other
what
reason
an
I'm saying that.
encounter.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. You cool with that? Sweet. From behind you, you hear two more growls
Oh.
as these two more felines pick up, and all the shadows in the room distort and flow within the chamber itself. You could see Peaches through the feline creatures. Timon's face, he looks petrified. He looks like he's not so much afraid of these things that he hasn't seen before, but more afraid because he's seen them again. Deez takes a step forward, kind of grabbing your arm, Peaches, pulling you back, and you hear the voice of Captain Furman speak out. I enjoyed watching you play and trying to figure out torturing your friends and losing some allies along the way. And you see him like almost elongate and then shrink back down, form almost into the shadows themselves, leaving just his cape and his hat on the ground, form into this floating cloak of an individual, same silhouette as Zug, with this floating energy billowing out from the bottom of him, from his sleeves and out of his hood. And we'll pick up there next time.
Oh, better hope it rains.
Oh shit! Yeah.